on, gentlemen? Bit of a change of plans. Unfortunately, Brandon Trueblood has actually ran into a deer on his way home, so he had to play a little deer doctor, and he's running behind. But we believe the deer will survive. Brandon is just kind of going to make a quick pit stop to clean up, and then he'll be heading home. Right now, we've got Singletown Bachelor with us, and before we get started, I wanted to put out a few mentions and say a few words about a few things. You might notice that in the picture of when I started the live stream, it had the LGBTQ group kind of posted there. And this is not a direct attack at them specifically. It's not really an attack at anyone specifically. It's to point out the type of people that are essentially grooming our children and how they are just a gateway. I mean, we've all heard of I want to push the gay thing on 3-year-olds, and I do have a video to back that up that I'll play right away. And now, of course, they've gone into the pedophile thing, and I kind of have the question of whatever happened to the day when parents were told they should defend the well-being and the lives of their children, and it was considered a good thing, because lately all we've ever seen from essentially school board meetings, politicians, courts, is that basically if you stand up for your child's well-being, or you want to raise your children your way and you try to stand up for those rights, now that we've seen people go to jail, right? And unfortunately, the LGBTQ community was their gateway in, and that's why they're getting lumped in with the rest. It's not that I believe all of the people that are what you consider quote unquote members of the communities are like that, but there are quite a few of them that have proven our point for us. Not only have we had teachers taking students to gay bars, but they have full out gone into graphic descriptions of their sexual innuendos, and to some points even exposing themselves to their students that are minors. Now, they find themselves behind bars pretty quickly. And as parents right now, if you try to stand up for your children and, try to protect them and say, this is not your place to educate my children about sexuality or religion. Well, actually, they don't mind religion. They booted out religion, at least the Christianity. Any other religion, I think, is still fine. But essentially, normally people would have backed you up. And now we see a complete opposite. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. I know it's become like a regular routine now to come here every bloody night, but I won't keep this one going for too long. It won't be a 5-hour stream like last night. We'll probably go for a few hours, and we'll get the thoughts of Bachelor here, who's from Denmark, different side of the world, which we hear very little about. And we'll see if the stories kind of can compare, or if he's found anything like it. Once Brandon comes back, of course, we'll get his insight. This whole idea was his, and it's a good way to follow up to the video that he posted earlier today, because the way I see it, if you had one child that was groomed or sexually molested or in any way messed with by a teacher, and that teacher didn't face some serious jail time, that's enough. But let's be honest, in the past year, I know of at least 13 women that have molested their students and went to court and walked away. They got to get away scot-free. Now, we still see men going to jail usually, unless, of course, they're a part of that LGBT group. right? So those guys will essentially get a pass, but everyone else that's straight won't. Um, we started kind of coming up with the saying that if you're a woman and you sexually assault one of your students in a school, you get an OnlyFans. Um, they basically get rewarded for this, what was considered anyway a bad behavior, a breaking of laws. Um, I believe there's a bunch of other terms that they like to use because teachers are not so far off from doctors. They are meant to take an oath of sorts, and they violate it all the time. But before we go too far, I kind of wanted to share an inside view on one of the teachers that I really don't fly well with me, I guess I should say. These are the types of teachers that shouldn't be teaching students and shouldn't be in schools. But before I get started, it looks like Brandon Trueblood. Brandon, are you good to come in for a sec?
I am.
And there
Howdy,
he is.
howdy.
Welcome, sir. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. So how was the damage on the vehicle?
Oh, the vehicle's fine. I
Okay,
drive a tank.
that's good. Poor dear, eh? Dislocated shoulder, you said?
Back leg, yeah.
Oh, but you popped it in, eh?
Yeah. He did one of those things, right? He stops right in the middle, right? He runs across and then stops right in front of me. And then, right, and I slam on the brakes, but I wasn't going very fast, but it's a gravel road.
Hmm.
Um, and I almost got it stopped before I hit him. And he jumps up in the air,
Just,
gets whacked. I'm just glad he didn't come through the windshield.
oh, no doubt, no doubt. And, unfortunately, the last thing I hit was a coyote, and there was no stopping. Uh,
Yeah.
he bopped out like right in front of me, and I hit him full speed at about 69K.
Woo.
Yeah, poor bastard. It collapsed in my front bumper. I mean, it's a little car, a newer car, so it's made out of plastic. But he hit that front end so hard that the actual frame was sticking out. And that's what he stopped on. So
Yep.
unfortunately,
He
poor
crushed
bastard.
your crush zone.
Yeah, and he didn't last long. It was a sad night, but
Yeah.
these things happen. Sometimes they just can't be avoided. But anyway, Brandon, I thought I'd start off by playing one of those videos that really likes to spin up guys like us. What do you think?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's start with the incoming rage fits.
You're not going to do the one that got hammer nuked, are you?
I have no idea. I don't remember exactly what got hammer nuked, but this lovely individual.
Oh, that's one. Yeah.
Yes, this is another one of those types of people. I have no problem with because I don't know if it's a woman or a man. I think it's a woman. What she does, just don't push this bullshit on kids because they're not yours.
No.
However, they seem to have lost that understanding. You know what I mean? They've really lost the understanding that they are your students. You don't own them.
And they seem to think that just because they're around them, they can tell them anything. They're there. If it's a grade school, they're there to teach them about reading and writing and history and civics
And
and
math.
math and science.
That's right.
They're not
Well,
there, you know, we had one class when I was growing up where we actually even talked about sex. And that was sex education,
yeah,
which
not usually
was
grade
in
7.
sixth. Yeah, it was in sixth grade for us,
Yeah,
and it
6.
was completely biological, and that's it.
That is it. Well, this wonderful individual will go into exactly what she thinks. And well, you can only guess where the line gets crossed, but it'll have to do with age, right? And if you were to type in, and this is literally all I did, you see the type search right there? Teachers grooming students. Yeah,
Yep.
that list is fucking endless. It goes on and on and on and on because this isn't an isolated incident. It isn't the 1 or 2 or 3 people that are absolutely fucking insane on TikTok with generally well, let's face it, they give out indicators, right? Like the colored hair and shit, just like those animals in nature that are poisonous.
Yep.
And the shit that comes out of their mouths, and I'm telling you right now, guys, this individual talks about 3-year-olds going down to 3 years old. I'm sorry, man, but until you're at least in your teens, nobody should tell you about this except for your parents. You shouldn't even have to hear it. There's a reason why TV and movies have an age restriction on them because generally when it contains sexual nudity or conduct or conversations about sex, they basically say, look, until you become a young adult, it's out of our hands and you shouldn't watch this, right? Right?
Right.
Well, they have essentially taken those rules and just thrown them up in the fucking air. But anyway, I'm going to play this. I'm going to let you get angry. And then we're going to go into it. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome.
Queer teacher, and I 1000% do not support this bill. And yes, I do know what's in it. The bill in itself is just another way to stigmatize the LGBTQ plus community. Kids as young as 3 and 4 are actually aware of their gender identity, even if they don't have the language for it. Also very aware of who they like and who they don't like. Heterosexuality is pushed on our kids on a daily basis at a very young age. Media, through books, the first Disney movie that you saw. To say that pre-K through 3rd grade are not ready for such topics is actually internalized homophobia and transphobia. They're very much ready for these topics and are way more accepting than adults when it comes to discussing these topics. We can talk about gender assumptions, pronouns, all the things. And
Stop
it
it
makes
right
child development appropriate and age.
All
Yeah,
right.
she's already
First of
given us.
all,
Yeah.
that's a guy.
Oh, maybe. I don't know anymore.
I'm just looking at the Adam's apple.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. I mean, it looked like a guy. It could have been a really ugly chick. So they exist.
Second of all, they're not comfortable discussing these topics. You're their teacher. You have them captive, and you can punish them if they don't do what you say.
Mm-hmm.
You blue-haired fucking freak.
Well, one of the biggest hitting points, and it was like I said, it was right away. It's talking about 3-year-old children. Yes,
Yeah.
3-year-old children probably know that they have something between their legs. Oh, look at that, right?
I didn't even know what the difference was between boys and girls until I was fucking 6
Yeah,
or
yeah,
5, probably kindergarten or 1st grade,
yeah,
5 or 6.
yeah. Well, my little guy here is 3, right? He's going to be 3. He just figured out that mommy don't have a pee-pee. So,
Yeah, I can tell the difference between men and women, but I didn't know what the difference was between boys and girls.
yeah.
Because at that age, there isn't a hell of a lot of difference.
No, really, and I mean, okay, yes, children are like sponges. We know that, right? We've said that for decades. That's why parents educate children, right? Or communities educate children. It's why we have a school system that you go to between the ages of 5 and like 17, right? And then
Yep.
you can go on to advanced schools because you are literally a sponge. You're working with blank sheets. Of course,
And
they're going to be very accepting of it. They would accept the fact that if you told them the sky was fucking red and not blue, they would believe it. They're children.
and another thing is this transphobia or homophobia. A phobia means that I'm afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah,
It just does not fucking belong. It's degenerate behavior, and it's not fit for children.
amen.
I'm not afraid of it. If you're an adult and you want to do that stuff, go for it. I don't care.
Go nuts. Go
Have
nuts.
fun. Do your thing. Be you.
Yes. And we are totally fine with that. We are fine with this
You
dude chick.
fuck with the kids?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Do you
It's
have a
absolute. You can't get more wrong.
Hey, let's be honest. Do any of us have a problem with this dude chick being attracted to whatever that he's attracted to?
No.
Not unless it's children. If you're
Well,
attracted to minors, now we got a problem. Right?
yeah. I don't think that a lot of them are attracted to children. I think that they're just wanting to be validated so badly because they're such fucking freaks.
Well, that's just it. The harness is off, right?
Yeah.
That whole fucking you need to act a certain way, behave a certain way, and it depends on if you're around children or adults or even certain adults, right? Certain adults won't appreciate the way you behave with your same-sex partner. So,
Yeah, but after you're an adult, they can pound sand.
yeah. Yeah. What you do with your life as an adult is completely up to you. However, if you fuck with kids, you cross the line. But here's the odd thing. Our government officials, and especially in Canada and the US, are promoting this fucking nonsense.
And in Britain, and in Australia, and in New Zealand.
Well, I can only speak for us, right? Because that's where I see most of it.
Well, I hear it from friends over in the kangaroo land and Kiwi world.
Okay. Well, if you give me a second here, I want to let Bachelor chime in on this. Bachelor, sorry, I accidentally removed you rather than unmuted you. I've done that
okay.
twice. What's it like in Denmark? Would this individual be allowed to teach in Denmark?
That's a good question. I know for a fact that the laws are not changed, so that the sexual education is when kids are they are about 11, 12 years old. So and that wouldn't fly here, I guess, because it happens at a later stage. And my boyfriend, my girlfriend is actually in the in that system that she is in it. So and they don't have anything like that. I actually showed her some of the videos where a person like this went off, and she was stunned to say the least.
Well, here's the big question that I have. I mean, if they are allowed to push this shit, which obviously are, because we have seen like at least 50 fucking videos from woke teachers that are all talking about pushing like either a gender fucking agenda or a race agenda or something on their students, right? And we're talking young students, kindergarten to like grade 5 and 6. If somebody were to go in and say, well, I'm a heterosexual and here's how I have sex, and be very graphic and descriptive and try to indoctrinate them into heterosexuality, would that be accepted? Is that okay? I mean, there's
I
either
don't
rules for
think that
everybody.
anyone could educate anybody in that system or in our system. That is because it's not in their time frame that it is on the school menu, so to speak.
Yeah.
So they have certain years when they are first grade, second grade, and so on, they had certain things to that they should learn. And sexual education is about 11, 12 years old.
Right. So it's not
Um,
3-year-olds to 5-year-olds or anything like that.
nope.
No. And that's totally fine. If you
And you
want to
have
tell a
absolutely right
13-year-old,
about the colors that uh, certain colors issue a warning to you. Don't be around those persons.
well, like I said, this search that I put up in the bar there, as you can see, if I can without closing it, I'll go back and I'll just go down the list. Occasionally you'll see an attractive blonde, but that's okay. These are the women that have actually raped their students. When you see somebody who's not like this individual here and they look like normal women or normal men, they've actually been charged and have gone to, to court and been found guilty of raping students.
Hmm.
Yet the thing is, most of them are not on a registry and most of them are walking free. In
Yeah.
fact, most of them are doing better now because, like I said, when a woman in Canada or the US gets accused of raping her students, she gets an OnlyFans at the end of her court hearing. That's not a joke. We can look up like 9 different accounts of that.
Hmm.
Hard facts. But anyway,
That's insane.
yeah, it's insane. And you know what this individual is trying to say about, oh, they're exposed to heterosexuality. Well, okay. That's the normal. That's what they see at home.
Yes.
That's their parents exposing them to that every day. They
Yep.
know they have a mom and a dad sometimes, right?
Yeah.
They didn't get here by fucking magic, right?
Of the magic dragon.
Yeah, I have yet to see 2 women or 2 men produce a child yet by themselves. And no, I do not count somebody who's post-op. I don't count them as a man or a woman because they've had something removed or something attached. They still do not have the genetic parts that they were born with.
It is very easy if they if they have to take um, certain substances for the rest of their lives. They are not meant to be.
No. If they were not born that way, they're not meant to be.
Hey, Chris,
Yes, brother, go ahead.
do you know what it's called when you have the female to male transition? The bottom
No.
surgery. Do you know what that's called?
I mean, I just call it, if it goes from man to a woman, I just call it open gash.
Yeah, well, if it's a woman to a man, that's an addictomy.
Oh, add a dick to me, eh? That better be in the dictionary. If not, once I am emperor, guys, it's going in. It's going
Yeah.
in. So what's
Susan's
the
wish
other one?
list.
Well, and about Susan's wish list, when I was making the comment on your video about streaming tonight, I actually put in there twice what we were streaming about. Right? The first one, it was about teachers on kids or raping kids. That's what I said. It's going to be about teachers raping kids. That was removed immediately. So then I put in something else, and then I stated that YouTube must like the idea of teachers on kids because they removed my previous comment, and that was removed immediately. So when I typed in yes and just laughed at the end, look through your emails and you'll see my comments as to why I just laughed at the end of that. Because yeah, they didn't want me explaining to you in text version on your video that this is what the episode was going to be about tonight.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to finish this up because, like I said, if we have to sit here and play TikTok videos or YouTube shorts of teachers saying the exact same crazy shit about coming for your kids, right? We will literally be here until fucking the end of time. And these are the people that are still fucking teaching to this day. To this day, they are not listed as some sort of pedophile or predator or anything like that. And we have all seen over the last year,
It's because grooming is not illegal.
apparently it's not illegal anymore. No. But here's the thing, we have seen parents go into school board meetings and getting arrested
Yep.
because they told the fucking school board, we don't want you teaching this crap to our kids. I have yet to see one go up there that wasn't a teacher or affiliated with a teacher that was trying to push this on their kids. They didn't have any children in the fucking mix at all. They just
I've
wanted to
seen
push their
videos
agenda.
of teachers quitting because they refuse to do this stuff.
And I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them at all.
I want each and every one of those people back in school.
Yeah. And you know what?
Probably.
And these
Private
pieces
school.
of crap out.
Here's where we should take a moment, gentlemen, and say thank you to all the teachers that have come before these people who are probably even still in the system right now, ready to throw in the towel. We should salute those people, like you said, and assure them that once we deal with this insanity, there will always be a place for them. And, hats off. But yeah, this stuff is gone beyond nuts. Beyond nuts. And I don't know if any of you guys, I know I've mentioned the channel Disaffected to you guys a few times. I really hope that some of you have went and subbed and watched some of their videos, because I'm going to try to, I don't have permission again, guys, but I'm going to try to play some of one of his live streams from a few months ago. And he really puts out exactly what's in the fucking schools right now. And this is shit I didn't know about. It has been there for like 2 years. A lot of people didn't know about it. We're talking full-on cartoon level porn of same-sex couples in the libraries. Yeah. And that's in your schools right now. Right now. So I'm going to finish up this little SJW's rant, and we'll move on. Okay? We'll see what else we can get out of this.
Age appropriate. It's literally created as just another means to other queer people. Basically say that us existing is not normal. I'm a queer teacher, and I 1000% do not support this bill. And yes, I do know what's in it. The bill in itself is just another way to stigmatize.
Okay, sorry, it has restarted. This is about the Don't Say Gay bill, right? That they say is a Don't Say Gay bill that does not say anything about not saying gay in it. So that's why this person, as a teacher, was actually making the video. But yeah, I just want to go and show you the search results here, guys. Here it is. It just goes on and on. I believe this is the teacher that actually exposed himself to one of his students. This is a teacher that actually raped and got charged with sexual assault, and I don't think she spent any time in jail. I believe these may be kids that they were asking about it, but I don't even want to go over that.
And kids who has sex with their teachers are liable for child support.
Yes, and here's another insane LGBTQ teacher from TikTok, right? Who is all in support of grooming your children. I won't play all of these because, I don't know if Fox News would like that. And a lot of them are from Fox. Believe this is the latest teacher that was taken up on sexual assault charges that
Well,
Pops
there's one
listed.
every day, so you can't. Who's the newest?
This is also another guy that exposed himself to his students. right here. Here's another one. Let me see. There is literally a bunch of them. I haven't watched this lady's clip, but apparently it was pretty good. And there was another one up here. I apologize, guys, for the back and forth, but I can't remember her goddamn name. Where the hell did she go?
Me.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't that prepared. I found her kind of like as I was looking. But she did like a collab, right, of all of these teachers and what they were doing and where they ended up at the end of it, essentially. And apparently it did really well. Uh, this one, apparently. And here is another chick. If you haven't seen this
Oh yeah,
this lady
I've
on
seen that.
TikTok, she is also a teacher of primary students, and she is absolutely insane. But yeah, this lady here, this collab right here, apparently was done very well. So it just goes on and on. Another teacher that probably did her student, another one that probably did her student, most likely no jail time. Of course, the one we watched. And it goes on and on, guys. It goes on and on. There is literally no end to this. I I've heard some things about Matt Walsh, but I haven't watched any of his long form videos. Apparently, he did really well too. So if you want to check him out, absolutely.
The
And
only thing about Matt Walsh is Matt always goes after men. He never goes after the females.
yeah, Davina, to answer that question, yes, the teachers generally do get fired, but generally they are okay with it because if they're a woman, they start an OnlyFans and they make way more money, way more money. So you know what? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they take the L on the job and just say fuck it? But yeah, they generally get fired. And I mean, there was one lady who was fairly attractive. She was in her mid 20s. I believe she was 26, but she had sex with a 16-year-old or 15-year-old gentleman, right? She was she was charged. She was found guilty. She was released on probation and she had a um restraining order set in place against between her and this young man until he was 18. Okay, good enough. First month into it, she violated that restraining order, right? And nothing happened. They literally started having sex again, and nothing came of it. Oh, and when she was interviewed by, I believe it was Fox News, about her relationship and if she was still doing it, they met up with her outside of her job, which was at a strip club. And yes, she has an OnlyFans account if you're interested. I just don't have the link. So, yeah, fun times, right? Yeah. If it was a guy, it'd be a different story. He'd be in jail for 25 years unless he was having sex with another male. Then it'd be totally okay. So, any thoughts there, gentlemen, before I move on to the next part, which is the video from the podcast from Disaffected?
Insane.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's disgusting. What more can you say? The schools hide the stuff until a conviction is issued.
Even then,
Unless of
You know,
course you go full John Wick on them.
well, that's just it. I mean, Brandon, I'm sure we all probably know about the transgendered boy who was in a school until he sodomized one of the girls in a classroom after he cornered her.
no
Right?
bathroom, but yeah.
No, the first one was in a classroom. The second one was in the bathroom.
You're right.
Because they moved him to another school. He put on a dress there too.
And that
Went
happened
in.
right outside of Washington, D.C.
Yes. See, here's the thing. When the daughter reported the sodomy to her father, the father got arrested.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah. This this young man, right? Well, this kid.
it's a young
I,
man.
yeah, I believe he's like 14 or 15 now. He started to identify as transgender. In his first school, he cornered a girl in the classroom and sodomized her. So nothing came of that. And they told him that, or told his parents that they basically had to move him to a new school because they wouldn't accept him anymore. But nothing charge wise really came of that, right? And no type, I believe he might have been on some kind of a probation, but once they left the state, it didn't follow him. So they moved him to another school. He kept on wearing his dresses, followed a girl into the girl's bathroom, and sodomized her. And when the father showed up at the school a few days later, I believe, ready to confront the school about what they were doing about this student that just raped his daughter, the school had him arrested.
And then he got arrested again when he went to the school board.
And then he probably got arrested again when he went to the school board. And here's the thing, they're saying they're applying charges to this young man who's done these two rapings. We
But
haven't seen
he's
anything.
still in class, at least he
Yeah,
was.
we haven't seen anything pop up yet.
If
No,
if that had happened here and that boy still was in the class, don't go away.
would he just
Don't
go
wait.
missing?
I fucked him. Oh, then the old soldier comes up into me.
Yeah. But see, that's just it. When this father tried to defend the well-being of his child and the other children around to protect them from this predator, which we used to tell men that that was a good thing, right?
Yep.
Used to tell men and women to protect your children from predators of any kind was a good thing. Not anymore. Now there's an agenda tied to everything. So it's okay to protect your daughters and your sons, or at least your daughters, from men, right? But not transgendered men or gay men or
I,
whatever the case may be.
I have a daughter, so I
Oh,
don't give a crap about what gender and what pronouns. If you sodomize my daughter, you're gonna pay the ultimate price.
and I will pin the fucking first medal on you as emperor. It'll be a fucking fantastic day. That's how it should be. At the
Well,
very least.
if the legal system is not doing anything, then you got to do it yourself because it's the cops can always uh, do nothing by saying, "Oh, well, it's on low priority list." I said, "Yeah."
There's
That's
Um,
easy enough to say.
yeah,
yeah,
But
there's a
you know,
difference.
I'm saying, oh, okay. Then instead of sending the cops, you gotta send the carcass over to the morgue. That can get them up in gear,
Hmm.
but then it is too late.
Well, I've stated that before, Hermit, and I mean, we had Eric Zombro on here to basically just confirm most things that we do believe when it comes to the police. But at the same time, they have an overlord as well that they answer to, and it's generally your governor or, mayor or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And they're the ones telling them that if you don't do things a certain way, we're going to take your badge, your future, and get out there and pump up those fucking numbers. So here's the thing, though. This young girl, or these young girls that this boy raped, right?
Mhm.
Whatever happened to believe all women and and rape culture? Where did all that go for those two girls?
I can hear crickets.
Yeah, that's all I heard. I didn't see any feminists out there with red hair saying we need to kill all these trans men. We need to kill all these men that are wearing dresses. Didn't see one of them out there saying that. Not one. So where were they? And here's the thing, if they put in the actual rape charge, right? Or filed the complaint, however that process goes, and there was evidence, like literal fresh firsthand evidence. Why were there no charges laid? Is it because he identifies as a female? So I guess, me going down to the DMV here this week and getting my driver's license changed over to being a female is going to work out great for me. I basically got to get out of jail free card, and if I do go to jail, I get to go to a women's prison. Hey boys, it's going to be an all-night party. All night. Oh, the insanity of it all. The insanity. Hello, Mr. Eric.
Well, Chris,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you know this or not, but my daughter was raped when she was 7 years old
Damn.
by the son of my ex-wife's husband.
Okay.
And even though we got evidence on that little fucker, he spent one night in jail, and then he didn't spend another night in jail until after his trial, where he was found guilty.
All right.
He had police protection 24/7.
Yep.
They had police sitting outside of his house. And it's the only reason that little guy's alive today. To get my revenge on the fucker, because they gave him 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was 16 and he raped a 7-year-old. I had to pay Bikers Against Child Abuse to pay him a visit in prison. Because by the time they got him convicted, he was an adult.
Jesus. I gotta be honest with you, man. I would not want to be in your position. I really wouldn't. I mean, first of all, you've got a minor child. 7 years old, most likely. They don't understand a lot about anything. And how do you explain it to them, and make it make sense without doing even more damage? I mean,
Yeah. He probably would have gotten away with it if he'd been wearing a dress.
yeah, right now he would get away with it, no problem. I don't know how long ago this was, but I thought your daughters were grown up, so I imagine this is like over 15 years ago now.
Yeah, it's actually 9 years.
9 years. Yeah, 9 years ago, that little fucker wouldn't have gotten away with it because he was wearing a dress either. Right?
Yeah, but I couldn't believe it. They gave him protection and let him out.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because his dad was a fucking cop.
well, here's another one, right? The fact that he got 3 years and his dad was a cop surprises me all around. The fact that he got anything. I mean, 3 years is nowhere near enough. And I understand that when we're young, we make mistakes, right? Everybody makes mistakes, but I mean, this is not an easy one to forgive, even for the fact of being young. Being young and dumb is one thing. This is just fuck it up. You know what I mean? And is he still alive?
Yeah, but he walks funny now.
Oh, well, hopefully that lesson was driven home. And
I paid Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA, 10 grand to make sure it happened.
They still
Again
around?
and again and again.
They still around?
Yeah.
Really? Well, guys, we'll be taking up donations later because I know there's one father that deserves a little justice as well. I mean, it's better than him going to prison for it, right? He's already probably spit. Sorry, go ahead.
The guys that are in prison, they just take care of shit like that.
Well, I mean, I've been told that you can talk to a few people in just about any prison, and if they can get their hands on them, they will. They'll do it for a price, obviously.
I don't know if the price is. I don't even know if the price is anything. I'm sure that they do pro bono work too.
Yeah, probably. No, I mean the father that I was talking about from the recent incident on the cross-dresser boy that raped 2 girls in 2 different schools, they deserve justice. And this little fucker, because he's wearing a dress and identifies as a certain way, right, is most likely going to get to walk again.
But how can he claim that he's a girl when he's using his manly parts in a manly fashion?
Not only that, but he apparently only likes to sodomize the girls. So who knows what goes through this kid's head? Maybe he's just playing a system.
And it's because the fucking groomers have gotten in there and said that everything is okay.
Yeah.
So that nothing is wrong and people don't have a moral compass anymore.
Absolutely.
And his mother didn't say anything to him.
Well, they probably didn't go to church.
Well, I definitely shouldn't repeat what I was just told. But thank you for telling me that your organization of what was it, Bikers Against Pedophiles?
Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Okay, yeah, they're not the only organization out there. So that's nice to know.
That's a beautiful thing.
Maybe we should start something like that, guys. We'll talk in private chat for that. But at the same time,
actually, I'm never going to put that on any type of electronics.
Well,
if we did start something like that, that would have to be word of mouth only with trusted brothers.
Yeah, well, this type of shit that we're talking about here right now is supported, right, and overlooked by government officials. These same government officials that say, we are taking your children to protect them from you because your wife has decided to leave you and says that she's not happy and she's scared. All right? These are all the same people that are allowing all of these groomers to do whatever the fuck they want to children, right? As long as they can fit into a category and push that narrative into more children's heads. I have to be honest with you. Normally, like I said, what you do with your life is completely up to you as long as it harms no one else, right? I am totally fine with it. Brandon, if you want to go home and put on women's lingerie, that's up to you, buddy. I totally support you on that. But as long as you're not trying to push the idea.
I'd put on a cat mask and go dancing around the woods with a corn cob up my ass.
Oh, there you go. What was those suits we were looking up? Gimp suits or something the other night?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, man, do whatever makes you happy, but don't hurt anyone else in the process. The other thing is don't fuck with kids. Don't fuck with kids is the first rule.
Especially others.
Especially other people's kids. But don't fuck with your kids either. What if you want to be a certain way in your lifestyle that, doesn't match what you did beforehand because it wasn't accepted. I mean, we've all known that a lot of gay men secretly were gay, and a lot of gay women were secretly gay, had families and everything, right? They played the narrative because at the time it wasn't acceptable for them to come out as what they wanted to be. Now it is. Okay, you do what you want to do. Don't fuck with kids. End of fucking story. That is the end. And
Yep.
like I said, guys, I want to get into this episode of Disaffected, and I haven't quite found the spot where he starts going into it. But what I can do is possibly play the opening, and it could. Well, you know what? Let's just go from here because I believe he starts talking about it somewhere around here. On oh, here it is. Actually, hang on. Here we go. I found it. So I'm going to skip to 12 minutes roughly. Hopefully, this will be slid through because I'm not trying to steal his content. I'm just trying to spread his message as well. And he puts it in better words than we ever could. So I'm going to play it from here.
In fact, I'm heartened to hear from that school board member that she had no idea that book was going to be, that book was in the library. And of course, as one of the audience members said, that's the problem. I don't expect every school board member to know everything that's in the library catalog, but I'm glad that they do now know. But honestly, I think they should have let him go. I think everybody in that auditorium should have heard more of the detail of this book that is in public schools in the lending library for children across this country. What is this book? Well, actually, first, before I introduce you to the book, I'm going to tell you where I found it. The Essex, Vermont High School. I've been in touch with a parent who has a child in the high school who was appalled to find this book in the stacks and helpfully secreted that book out of the stacks, checked it out, and now it's in mom's possession. This is right next door to me. This is where I live. This book is called Gender Queer by an author named Maya Kobabe. It's not a comic book, a graphic novel, you see, that's autobiographical. We're going to take a look at the next picture here. I just want to show you that we've done our homework. You can see that the edge of the book is stamped with Essex High School. We'll go to the next picture and I'll read you the blurb on the back of the book, how it advertises itself. Here's the publisher's copy. In Gender Queer, Maya Kobabe has crafted an intensely cathartic autobiography about Air path to identifying as non-binary and asexual, and coming out to Air family and society. By addressing questions about gender identity and what it means and how to think about it, the story also doubles as a much-needed, useful, and touching guide. You'll see exactly how much of a touching guide it is when we get into the detail. Here's the next picture. I want to show you that it's been in their stacks of this library since at least 2019. It's been checked out 4 times that we know of, but of course it's sitting in the stacks and can be read by anybody. And you can see that in the next picture we have up here, right out there in the open for any kid in high school. And finally, we confirm that it is indeed in the electronic catalog of the book, along with a surprisingly large number of other books about trans and gender. I'm sure that they're just as wholesome and savory as this one, aren't you? So we're going to go through these images, and I'm going to read some of the text. I want to tell those of you who are listening to us on audio, thank you very much. This is a good episode to go back and watch the video as well, because this is graphics heavy. And in order to really get what's going on here, frankly, I want you to see this because I want you to be shocked. I'm being completely candid with you. I want you to see this with your own eyes. So if you listen to us, please go back and take a look here. This book is 237 pages long. I'm only going to show you about 22 pages from this book. Let's start our selection. So we've got, it's not very talented comic drawing. I mean, you can tell what things are, but it's really rather crude and amateurish, as so much of this is. And we have a picture of a young person. Oh, wait a minute. I should go back. When I was reading that blurb on the back, yes, I said when air came out to society. These are their pronouns, E-I-R. Not he, not she, not they, not them, air. It's wonderful to be a gender special. So we have this unidentified young person who might be any sex at all or none, lying back in the grass, thinking to air self. This is a woman, by the way, who wrote this book. Obviously. I was 11 or 12 years old the first time I can remember fantasizing about having a penis. I held a folded handful of grass between my legs. And the image here shows her holding this grass phallus between her spread legs. Safe in the knowledge that if discovered, I could release my imaginary member and it would disintegrate back into the scattered stalks. Hey, bud. She said member. Next one. Be prepared. We're going to blur out some of the most graphic stuff here, but not everything. Now we have a picture of a shirtless torso in a pair of jeans and a hand holding a bulge in a crotch. And it says, for years, my standard method of masturbation was stuffing a sock into the front of my pants and manipulating the bulge. Next panel shows two boys or young men naked, showing an ass crack on one of them, face to face, making out. And it says, this would evolve into hip thrusting while thinking of my latest gay ship. What is a gay ship? Well, if you haven't heard of this before, to ship, the verb to ship, is a contraction of to relationship. And what does that mean? I can't believe I have to talk about this stupid bullshit. It means fantasizing in your head about characters in a popular book or novel and making them have relationships. So if, so for example, when I was a kid and I was a fan of Batman and Robin, and when I got old enough to start having romantic feelings, I shipped Batman and Robin in my head. Like I fantasized that they had some sort of relationship with each other, except we didn't talk about it. My God, I would have died before I'd admitted that as a child. I'm practically dying admitting it to you now. That's to ship. Next panel shows someone seated in the driver's seat of a car with her hand between her legs. Memorably, I got off once while driving just by rubbing the front of my jeans and imagining getting a blow job. Next one. This is a series of panels depicting a conversation.
I just wanted to pause it there for a minute. Gunsight, if you're late, as you seem to be, we're essentially going over the ideas and the tactics and the people involved of grooming our children and how essentially the LGBTQ community is being used as the grooming tools to allow others to get in. So this is a stream from Disaffected. And guys, if you get a chance, go sub, watch some of his stuff, whatever the case may be, because he actually puts out some great content. But he's going over a book that is actually in the schools in the US, and they're most likely here in Canada as well. And they're being promoted to young children. Not even teenagers. It's a grooming book that's in schools right now in the US. We know that for a fact. And it's being promoted in the schools when he'll go into the details, I believe, in this episode. But there's also a follow-up episode to this, and he goes into the details of where they are in, like which schools they are in and in which states. And it's insistent that these books be in there, and it's not the only one.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere.
What about private schools?
Definitely not in private schools, most likely, because that's that's where politicians' kids go. They don't get taught this nonsense.
They are everywhere.
Yeah, they could be. They could be. But
You remember what started this all was I read an article today about how between the 1st of the year and the 11th of May, 131 teachers have been convicted, not just charged, but convicted of child molestation.
yeah.
And there is a 7% conviction rate on that charge.
Yep. And the like I said, the worst thing about it is generally if it's a woman, the only one that I knew that they were going to charge, like hit hard with like jail time, massive fines, possibly like life imprisonment, was a 73-year-old woman or 63-year-old woman that raped like 2 young boys in her school, and she went home, shot her husband, and shot herself. But even just last week, I believe it was on the alt tech of Pop stream, uh, they pointed out a more recent one. This woman was like 30 or 47, you know, not a looker at all, and she got away with doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Most of them that get charged with sexual assault of a student generally do quit their jobs as teachers, and then they go start an OnlyFans. So why not? Right? If you're even semi-attractive, just rape a student and go fucking get an OnlyFans. But like I said, Josh here on Disaffected, he goes over some of the most disgusting, disturbing details that I've ever seen come out of a school in relation to the grooming that they're trying to do right now. Please go watch his content. Even if you just watch those, take a look for yourselves. We won't go into much more past the details of this book, but we're going to play a bit more, and it gets worse, guys. Trust me, it gets much worse. I've had to watch this 3 times. So
between the author, this young woman, and another young woman, a friend of hers. They're sitting on a couch and talking back and forth. Oh, and just so you get the visual, the author here, the young woman, has drawn herself. I mean, again, it's not incredibly detailed artwork, so it could plausibly be either a boy or a tomboyish looking girl, but clearly means to convey that she is male in this character role. So, when I finally got old enough to not be embarrassed talking about this stuff with my sister, so her sister says, it really never occurred to you to put something into your vagina? Not even a finger? No, it really didn't. Sister says, so you've never tasted yourself?
No.
What? No. Ew. Yeah, that's right. Ew. Wait, you have? Says our author. Sister, laughingly, like she has a fork full of salad in one hand and she's caught in slow motion. Ha ha! Of course, you should try. Next panel, get a sick bag. And so we have a picture of the author holding up her finger with liquid on it, and it's very helpfully labeled vagina slime. Yes, vagina slime. That's the technical term. I don't know what the kids are calling it these days. Maybe I should go to Essex High School and ask. Next one. We've got 3 more panels of the increasing emotional dysregulation provoked by the vagina slime. You know, I can't help. It's not. It is. Yes, it is funny. God damn it. It's not funny. This is evil, but evil things are often darkly, ridiculously funny. So I'm giving it to you as it comes out of me, friends. Then we move on to a talk about masturbation. Again, I have an extremely low sex drive compared to pretty much all of my friends. As a teen, I got bored of masturbation, so I quit for 6 months. Then we have a panel with a drawing of stacks at the library, appropriately. And it says, at the library, I began to discover more and more queer books. Indeed. I'll bet you did. I'll bet you did. Next page. Remember, 237 pages of this. Including the fake series by Sanami Makto and the Last Herald Maid trilogy by Mercedes Lackey. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with this. The writing is really crap. Both of which include very tame gay sex scenes. I can still recall a specific physical sensation I got from reading these scenes. And we have a picture of 2 hands holding this book with little electricity crackles running up and down them. And she writes, I felt as if lightning was coming from the pages, electricity flowing directly into my palms. Then we get into erotic dreams that she had in high school. One night after reading Sandman for the first time, I decided to ask Morpheus to send me a good dream. I then dreamed about having a massive, painful boner that lasted all day. And yes, we have a visual depiction of the massive boner in boxer shorts. Another time, I dreamed of waking up with a well-groomed beard. Then we have a picture of the author imagining herself as a virile man with an actual beard looking in the mirror. But when I look closer, my first beard ever, and I'm already going gray. I'm going to cut in here for a second, folks, and point out what's going on here. You need to remember that this is an adult writing this for children. But if this is a reflection...
Just wanted to pause it there for a second because...
I've seen enough of that crap.
Yeah, it gets worse, guys. It really gets worse. Now, here's a few things I wanted to kind of touch on. This woman that wrote the book, right, is interested in men, but yet wants to be a man. And that's how they're describing the character in this. So they're trying to literally double fucking blind confuse these kids. You know what I mean?
Well, degeneracy has absolutely no boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely none. I also wanted to make a quick comment on what Hemi 4Speed had to say here. Yeah, buddy. We all know the Sandman series. I just found this out today. It's going woke, baby. Yeah, it's going woke. They're coming out with a new, I guess, TV series that covers Sandman. And they are basically... Oh, right. I should probably mention this. Any fans of Quantum Leap in the stream?
Yes.
Okay. Bad news as well. They are redoing Quantum Leap, and there's a non-binary as the lead character.
Oh, God.
There's obviously a token black guy, and there is, the female strong woman who's the security guard. So, good news, bad news, it's gone super woke too. The Sandman series. Sorry, go ahead.
They're going to take a hit, massively economic.
Well, I mean, I was a big time fan of the Sandman series myself. So when I found out it was going that way, I was like, holy fuck, how much did it cost them? Like, What did they pay the writer of Sandman to insist that it can go woke and be fine? Because they are also going to be looking for the diversity checkbox. They are going to have death as a black woman.
You can always see how they treat other people's history. Like Thor, for instance. Thor is a man, and his wife was somewhat of a I wouldn't say character specific, but she could hold her own in battle.
She was a shield maiden.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
She
did
was.
exist. Yeah.
So when I saw that picture of her being him, I said, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
I said,
You're talking about
no,
the
there's nothing sacred to you guys. That who writes this crap and do something with people's history. Ah, damn.
a man with load isn't
It
wrong there.
hasn't hit the theaters over here yet, but I'm thinking of making a sign that says Thor is a man, is a man, is a man. And
Oh, they'll be
standing outside the
protesting.
cinema.
They'll be protesting outside your house the next day.
Hey, come get it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's what
give
I
a
say.
crap.
But it's all methods for grooming our kids, man. And like I said, this book especially was extremely disturbing because they're depicting a female character, right, which will relate with the girls. And they are essentially telling them that transgendering to a man and then getting a gay boyfriend is the new thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's just some fucked up shit.
Hey, Hamster, do you want to come on?
Hamster, would you like to weigh in on this? You haven't been on yet.
What about Saunders?
Oh yeah, just a sec here. I just wanted to cover a few more things because, like I said, I did plan on playing a bit more of this, and trust me, it gets worse. It gets much worse, guys. Much worse. Very shortly on in the book, they're actually going to depict the main character as a full-grown adult and still a woman biologically, obviously, and physically. And then they're going to do strap-ons. Yeah. Yeah, it gets weirder. It gets weirder, man. Way fucking weirder. So, yeah, don't be too shocked just yet. Because if you go and watch this and continue on from this clip, it gets much, much worse. And like I said, they're pushing these books into every classroom. I could write one today and be famous tomorrow. All I got to do is fucking just flip gender roles around, add in fucking race swapping or some shit. You know, we could depict one where a kid paints himself black and puts fake boobs on. And it'll be a fucking
anything impossible if you have seen Krabby Trudeau doing blackface.
Yeah. No, I could literally do that and it would be the next bestseller in the fucking kids' library. Whether or not anybody bought it. It's crazy. Crazy.
Let's go to all the libraries.
Well, not that I'm into that idea, but we might have to. We might have to. I got like, guys, the things we don't know that fly under the fucking radar. I mean, these TikTok videos that we get of teachers, coming out and say then like plain out admitting that they groom their students. That's just the tip of the iceberg. The rest is completely undercover and still out there everywhere.
Absolutely.
If you have kids in school right now, you need to figure out a way to work it out to where, it doesn't affect your job or whatever, and you need to start homeschooling your kids. You know what? If you are just having kids, I know most of us in here aren't, but if you are just having kids and you're watching this, here's my advice. When you have your child, don't let the government know
Homeschool.
no, don't let the government know you have a kid. Don't register him in any way or her in any way, because as soon as you fucking make a list or sign them up for anything and the government knows you have it, they become wards of the state, and they get involved any way they can. I would personally like to take all of my youngest son's documents and fucking destroy them, from whatever the hospital has to what we have. If I could, I would. Because biggest mistake I made. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's just getting worse because, like I said before, they're introducing the bills here now to grab your children for whatever fucking reason they want, right? They're using the vax thing and the mask thing in Quebec, but that's just an excuse. The idea of just taking your kids whenever they want, that's what they want. That's what they want in the end, right? Doesn't matter what reason. They just want to be able to either threaten you with it or do it whenever they want, right? So, yeah. I mean, the state is the enemy. What's the old saying that I believe it was from Game of Thrones, and they talked about the oath that the soldier took. I believe it was the King's Guard, to defend the weak, to protect the women, to protect the realm. And he stated, like, what about when your king is the oppressor or the tyrant, do you still protect the realm, or do you protect the king that you're sworn to protect? Like, what about when the good guys become the enemy, or the ones that were listed as the good guys, the ones we've sworn oaths to or taken an allegiance to of some kind? When Eric was talking about his role as a police officer, and when he went into training, right? They first went into the academy. He said day one, they took the idea of you going into to do something to better your community or your country or to do some type of patriotic service. They scooped that right out of your fucking head, because you're there to serve the state. That is it. The state as an entity, not the state as a people.
Preserve the status quo.
Preserve the status quo. Protect the government's interests. Not the people's interests, just the government's. And I don't see that improving every day. I actually see it getting much, much worse every day. And they're not even good at hiding it anymore. They're not even trying to hide it. Right? They're not trying anymore. You know what I mean? They've gotten so bold and cocky that they're not even doing a good job at lying. Possibly because they've used up all their lies. Who knows? But yeah, if you guys want, we can get off the video for now, and we can discuss things amongst ourselves. But Brandon, what you were saying about what was it, 153 kids?
131 teachers have been convicted this year between the 1st of January and the 11th of May.
Damn.
And do you think that's
one a day for convictions?
Do you see it in the media though?
No.
I see very few.
It's like it's like gun violence in the inner cities. It doesn't make the national media.
Mm-hmm.
It goes against the narrative.
Yeah. But it's on local, right?
Yeah. Well, that's probably why they stop reporting this stuff as majorly as they did until right up until that that cross-dresser was after raping his second victim,
And
right?
the only reason that made the news then was that the Republicans don't like the CRT,
Mhm.
and people started paying attention to schools. And they had the governor's race in Virginia, where they wanted to get rid of the Democrat who was in favor of CRT, and this helped get him elected. This had nothing to do with the news media's concern for the children. The news media is just as bad, just as culpable in all of this as the teachers and the Justice Department and the police.
Mhm.
They are just as culpable. They are pushing a narrative that they are told to push.
Yeah. And
And if it wasn't an election issue, it never would have made it. Never, ever, ever would have made the news.
the thing is they allow all these teachers that are all a part of that agenda, especially, to get these positions now. And not a lot of them seem to be in positions where they're dealing with students that are, 13 plus. They all seem to be like the very lower, younger levels. You know what I mean? Like they only seem to be teachers up to grade 6. From primary school to grade 6, when kids are still literally just kids.
They're sponges.
Yeah, because they're the most vulnerable to it.
Yep.
Every one of these teachers that I've noticed so far, none of them are teaching young adults. Most of them aren't even teaching kids that are in puberty yet.
It's ridiculous.
That's by design. Trust me, that is fucking by design. Good Mother was just mentioning that she's had to call out a couple. Good Mother, would you like to pop in and share a story with us to add on to this fucking nonsense? I could drop the link for you. There you go. Yeah. Other than that, gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to add, or should we move on?
Well, let's move on. I certainly, it makes me sick to watch that video.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to say, man, that goes on for another hour.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But guys, I have to be honest with you, as sickening as it is and as upsetting as it is worth going to watch, and there is a part 2 to that. And I believe there's a part 3. But I know there's a part 2. And he actually questioned, he wrote a letter to the school, this school and specifically that was on the book, to ask them a bunch of questions about this material being in the school, right? And he stated that it's illegal for them to have it there. And their response was fucking priceless. It was priceless. Because guess
you
what
can
they
find the response and not have to look at the pictures.
Brandon, you may just want to close your eyes because it gets a lot worse. I'm serious, guys. It gets much worse. Much, much worse. That was tame. That was tame compared to where that book goes. It's super disturbing to know that these books are in with 7 and 8-year-olds. You know what I mean? That it's mostly there for them. They are not trying to target young adults that maybe, still hiding the fact that they're gay or lesbian, whatever the case may be. They are
It's
looking.
always somebody else's kid.
Yeah.
Never their own. Never somebody they
no.
have relations to or know by affiliation. No.
Well, that's not.
It's the plebs people, kids.
You're a bit wrong there, because they do it to their own kids too. I have personally seen it's like a documentary, I guess, by it wasn't, I don't think it was by Vice, but it was like a show like Vice, you know what I mean? And they followed a family where the dad was very, very feminine, right? And you could tell this guy would really like to wear dresses. And the mother is kind of normal, kind of plain Jane, but kind of masculine as well, but not really masculine. And they had 3 children. They have 2 daughters and a son, right? Their daughters they raise as daughters, and their son they raise as a daughter. And this son is an infant at the time. Like this kid doesn't walk. You know what I mean? And they're
But they
still
could tell.
yeah, they're already putting him in dresses to condition him. They think they like to say, "Oh, this is how I think he feels." This is an infant. He doesn't understand a goddamn thing about what he's wearing. Not a thing. But you're putting him in dresses because you want to push that narrative on him. And you want us to believe that, or to think that we're just as insane as you are, to believe your fucking nonsense. So, that shit gets me spun up, man. I fucking hate that. Like I said, they do target their own children. Let's look at that couple where the woman, who was a biological woman, is trying to transgender to be a man, and the man that's in the relationship that was biologically a woman is, trying to transgender to be the man, to the woman, and they had a kid together. And for some reason, the one that's trying to transgender to be the woman believed she could breastfeed this child. Hello, Scotty. But that's how
Hi.
delusional they are.
Hello.
So what do you think so far, Scotty? Have
This
we
is,
gone insane enough?
apparently not. Maybe we can go just a little more insane. This is like, I don't understand how the parents aren't like doing take your kids out of the school strike. Like every parent just, no, my kid's not going to school until this is fixed. So no kids show up.
Well,
Wouldn't
that's
that be
just
awesome?
it. In some places, in some states, and in some provinces, they'll take your kid if you don't fucking send them to school.
I've heard, yeah, that's no, over my dead fucking body, dude. Fuck you. Oh, sorry. I know I'm not supposed to cuss so much, but
It's okay,
Well,
Scotty.
I do it all the time. But
I know that
Bachelor,
in Texas, if your homeschooling curriculum does not match the state's Texas testing, they will take your kids from you.
Our friend Bachelor here has to go, but Bachelor, I've added your channel to the description here, guys, and if you could go give him a sub,
yeah,
we would highly
thank you.
appreciate it. And of course, Brandon Truebloods is also in the description, along with the Disaffected podcast series. So
Yeah, it's 0400. So yeah, it's to be exact, 4:33 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'll get it.
Well, I tell you what we'll do, buddy. We'll figure something out for the weekend, and we'll try to work more around your daytime schedule. And we would definitely like to know more about how things are in Denmark compared to the West here.
Yeah,
And it does seem like you guys are doing a bit better than we are, but
Only just.
be afraid.
I got married to my second wife in Copenhagen.
Oh,
Okay.
And we were walking around downtown and walked right past the Queen.
Yeah.
Of Denmark.
So it's a different world over there.
It's a beautiful place. I would have loved to have gone to see it, but
Needs more trees. There's not enough trees downtown. But
Hey,
other than that,
you are in the city center. So
yeah.
I live in the second largest city,
mm,
and there's a ton of forest area around it. So it depends on where you are. In Copenhagen, not so much because capital and parliament and the stuff that they need to have a country running. Uh, so take a look at the map, and you can actually see where that over west is lots of trees.
nice. And this is the place where we don't tip our waitresses and stuff, right?
No, you don't. You don't pay.
What's that?
We don't. We just
Yeah,
pay.
it's a very
No
strange
tip.
concept. It's something that a lot of people in the West here can't wrap their mind around.
Well, it's because they actually pay their waiters and waitresses a living wage,
Yeah,
Yep.
so they
that's
don't
probably the
need
difference.
tips.
I have heard from somebody who worked in Wisconsin as a waitress that they were getting $2.50 an hour. So basically, they literally worked for tips alone.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
And I was like, "Are you fucking joking?" And she was
No.
like, "No,
Yeah.
that's the way it works here." I was like, "How is that legal? Like, if we have a minimum wage, you at least should be getting minimum wage. This is like
Right.
1/10 of minimum wage."
The funny thing is that we do not have a minimum wage, but the employer and the workers unions has gained spoken to each other for damn, that's quite a lot of years before even Second World War.
hmm
So it's the wages are at a different level.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the info, buddy. And like I said, we'll get you on, and hopefully we can get some more info from you because I know a lot of us are looking for a place to move.
I have
So,
a problem with your 2A, we don't have that here. So you guys gotta stash your things.
our guns?
Hmm.
We all lost them in fishing accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
The one guy,
that's spot on, true, bud. Spot
yeah,
on.
the one guy actually lost his while there was an ice fishing forest fire going on. So, I mean,
Damn.
that was amazing. That's a very rare event.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming, and
Hey,
we're
anytime.
gonna we're
See
gonna
ya.
bring in Good Mother, and like I said, guys, please go give him a sub if you can. And let's welcome to this panel Miss Good Mother, aka Evil Mother.
Evil mother.
Evil Mother.
Evil mom in the house.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Oh, we're just peachy.
So I have 4 stories. I don't have any that involve any kind of alphabet people, but I have first grade. I had to go have a meeting. 4th grade, I had a meeting with somebody who was a repeat science teacher. 6th grade, a history teacher, and then 8th grade, a character education slash music teacher. So
And
those
they
3
were
were women, and the last one was a man.
all trying to groom your kids.
No. But they were not doing their job. Like the first teacher was like in 1st grade. And you know how 1st graders are, right? I mean, there's not a lot you do as teachers, but apparently this lady had, what does she call it? An extra rowdy class that year, which I thought was weird. So my son kept coming home and complaining that a couple of the boys in class were being, they got the whole class in trouble, and she would take away recess for the whole class. And he's like, Mom, I tried to tell her like who was doing it because she wasn't paying attention. She was on the computer and doing all this other stuff, and she wouldn't listen. And I was like, okay, try to, if this happens again, try to, tell her in this way or tell her in that way. Dude, like 4 days or 3 times of this. I mean, over and over, it kept happening the same week. And he's like, finally, the 4th day he came home. He's like, Mom, what's the point of doing the right thing if you're just going to get punished anyway? I was like, teacher meeting time. Like, because I feel like if a teacher is that unaware of what's going on, there's something wrong with the fucking teacher, for one, which the principal of that school, I was actually her hairstylist. So I told her, I was like, I want a meeting with this teacher and I want you to be there. So, and the principal kept making excuses. Oh, you know, her parents are having health problems and she's really stressed out. And I was
Too
like,
bad.
you need to get a sub in here if she can't manage her class. Like,
Yeah.
she's failing at her job. I mean, this is 1st grade. This is teaching foundational core value stuff, right? It's supposed to be. So, yeah, that was the first one. The last one, I actually got him fired, and he then committed suicide. So his situation was a lot different. He was really fucking weird, and he was always in competition with my son. I think because my son was the biggest kid in the class, and he kind of watched out for people. But it was over a year because he had him 2 years in a row. It started in 7th grade, and then 8th grade was his last year with him. But this guy was he was kind of weird. I remember like the first time I noticed like an actual competition type of situation was when he was in 7th grade. Because my son wears 2 necklaces. One my Nana gave him, and then one I bought him for his birthday. And he was flexing on my son, who's a 7th grader, and was talking about his chain. And he's like, Mom, the teacher came today with a chain and he's bragging that he spent $30,000 on this necklace, you know, and he's trying to impress the girls, which he thought was weird. And yeah, he's like, Mom, why would a teacher on that kind of salary spend $30,000 on a chain? That doesn't make sense. I was like, yeah, I know it doesn't make sense, but it progressed into a lot of things and a lot of things and a lot of things. And I ended up having a one-on-one meeting with him and the principal, and this guy was a fucking puke. And I told him to leave my son alone.
I
And
apologize.
the
Sorry.
vice principal gave him the option to leave his classroom and not be around him anymore. And my son's like, no, because if I leave, he's going to pick on my friends. Because he does that all the time. He picks on the boys to impress the girls, which is weird, right?
So he was grooming.
Well,
Yeah.
he's staging. Right.
Yeah.
Apologize. I had to step away and
Okay.
say goodnight to the little guy and carry him to his room.
Cam said that he would
Is that what you
give
call going to the bathroom?
No, I should have went to the bathroom though. I really need to pee.
right.
Fuck.
Cam said that he would give the little girls hugs all the time and that the little girls just loved him. Like, yeah, it was weird. I mean, there were many interactions where we talked about it when he got home, and there was another kid that moved from Tacoma, and the teacher got this guy who was pitting this new kid against my son to fight at school. Like, it was a big deal. So Cam's like, Mom, just leave it alone. I'm almost out of here. I don't care. Like, I'm like, no, this fucking teacher needs to be sorted out. I'm sorry. He was pissed off at me too.
There's nothing wrong with caring for your teacher or your teacher caring for his students. I mean,
Right.
he's an adult and they are kids. I cared for a lot of my teachers. There were some I couldn't fucking stand.
Right.
But you know what? If I was going to have something bad happen to me, even the ones that hated me were going to do something to protect me. Right?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. But they have turned this whole fucking idea into a sick fucking perverted pedophile fucking, I don't know, game show. See who can rape as many students as possible and get away with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he definitely, that last teacher kind of gave off that vibe. I mean, the chicks were easy to sort out. Like, I went and had a teacher conference, had a meeting, said, hey, this is how you're fucking up, and this is this is unethical what you're doing here, and shit would change. This last guy was like, he wasn't giving up. Like he liked to play mind games. He was totally fucking narcissistic. So
Hello, Sam. Hello, everyone that's just coming in. Sorry if you missed the start of this, but if we started going on right now with the stuff that I wanted to go through, you might be a bit confused. Why is he showing this? Sorry, good mother. Go on.
no, that's just the first and last. The second one was a science teacher, Miss Jackson. Funny story. She was a black woman that the last three, my son would get disciplinary points on his record that he was bad, right? This one I got notified that he gave her a threatening look and said something. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So this teacher he already didn't really like because she was so inconsistent. And I just went and had a meeting. The other one gave him disciplinary points because she said and she even emailed me. This is how I found out about it originally. I found out about it before my son even got home. She emailed me and said my son was acting aggressive towards her in class. And that he stood up and like bowed up against her and like in an intimidating way. So I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So when my son got home, I asked him what happened. And this whole long story about how he was chewing gum, and then she wouldn't let him go to the bathroom because she was upset he was chewing gum. Now, mind you, he was trying to get away with chewing gum. So he spit it out and then chewed gum again. And then she caught him again and he spit it out and tried it a third time.
Okay, well, he's being a little bastard.
Right. Well, he's trying to. Hers was the only class he's ever been in that didn't allow gum, though, too. But
they allow gum to be chewed in school.
At his school, they did.
Yeah, mine too.
No, not mine.
Not mine.
Yeah, you got caught chewing gum in class. You got your well, you can end up at the principal's office.
And this was public school. I went to private school, and there was no way gumming.
I was in public school.
Yeah.
Well, this one happened because he chewed the gum, and then she was pregnant, by the way, because she used that as an excuse in the meeting why she didn't communicate to him. So instead of communicating to him, Cameron, you've lost your bathroom privileges because you pissed me off because you wouldn't listen about the gum. It was like, I guess, a time during the class where people were asking to go to the bathroom, and she wouldn't let him go. She let a bunch of other kids go. And then she's like, no, Cameron, you're not going. He's like, what's going on, you know? And she didn't say anything. She was being passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And so he waited and waited and waited, and she kept letting people go. And then he'd ask again, just to ask again. She's like, no, you're not going. And then she started like just ignoring him. And he stood up. He's like, I'm going to the bathroom. And she's like, no, you're not. Sit down. He's like, why can't I go to the bathroom? And she wouldn't fucking answer. So he just went to the bathroom. That's his acting aggressive towards her because she wouldn't fucking communicate anything. So,
well, I mean,
and I emailed her back saying, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I would like to have a meeting about this because I want to understand exactly what happened. And then she responded with, okay, yes. And his math teacher would also like to sit in on this meeting because she also has some complaints about your son's behavior. I was like, okay, that's perfect. I mean, she wouldn't do it fucking one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's perfect. How about you get all of his teachers to join this meeting? I want to talk to everybody and find out what's wrong, what's going on with my son. Because, I mean, this is a charter school that my son's been going to since 3rd grade. And this was already middle school. So I know all the fucking teachers.
Right.
And, yeah. And in the meeting, there were 3 other teachers, all women, because her email to me was very like toxic masculinity X, now that I think about it. But yeah, your son was being aggressive towards me type of thing. So one of the first teachers started off by saying, "Yeah, I don't know why we're here, because Cam's always been a pleasure in my class, and he's the kind of kid that, you know, if you're respectful and respectable, like, he'll give you respect." So that's
Maybe
kind
they
of how
were
the meeting started off.
maybe they were secretly in love with each other.
Oh, the two that had the thing against
Yeah,
him?
the ones that were butting heads with your son. Maybe your son and her were in love with each other.
No,
And they were just butting heads.
no,
No, when it comes to like any of the good teachers that we've had, I
yeah,
mean, about 12 years ago, I guess, while I was still in Alberta,
yeah,
one of our friends was a teacher, and she was telling us the horror stories about how things had changed so rapidly
yeah,
in the schools. And this was like not government, not just government endorsed, but it was like mandatory because we
right,
had the No Kid Left Behind program here first, right?
right.
She was telling us that
Right.
because she taught 12th grade, she was graduating kids that couldn't fucking spell their own name right.
Yeah,
They didn't care how fucking educated or what they learned or if they learned a fucking thing anymore. Everybody was getting a passing grade,
yeah,
right? And I mean, they still took it as a fucking, a legitimate fucking high school diploma and went on with it. So the fact that we have the least educated people out there right now that are young adults, mid 20s type of thing, and they're going into these positions as teachers or whatever the case may be just after getting out of college. I mean, there's no reason, there's no way that they couldn't be super indoctrinated into these fucking lifestyles that they're living right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The standard 24-year-old is nothing like a 24-year-old 10 years ago.
right. Yeah,
I
Well, they
mean,
used to call the kids that graduate and not be able to read, they'd call that flunky-weighting them.
yeah. Well, I
right.
didn't even know that was a thing. When you failed in my school, you failed. Right?
Yeah.
I think you can pass by the skin of your teeth until you got
Mhm.
up into like the high school and you went to, credits, right? You got your credit system because you had to score so many credits per class and your percentage had to be high enough.
Well,
So
the
you could,
thing is, Chris, is in the United States, if you have a warm body in that seat, you get government money, you get federal money.
Yep.
right?
So they keep them in the seats,
Well,
regardless of their performance.
not
Yep.
only that, but they'll put them through as well because I mean, I imagine they get rated. The school ratings come from their graduation numbers, right?
Yep, that's right.
So if everybody graduates because everybody passed,
Right.
then you're the highest on the fucking totem pole.
Hmm.
And
They've
that's
been,
why they
s-
introduced the standardized testing to keep that from happening. But it turned out that the teachers figured out that all they had to do was teach the standardized test and
mm,
nothing else.
nothing else. Yeah,
I
it,
hated those tests. That would stress, I mean, it would stress the kids out because the teachers were stressed out because their jobs were on the line too. Like, if
yeah.
their students failed, they might not have a job.
Well, I mean, there you go. But now that the teachers that have replaced the people like my old friend, right?
Yeah.
This is what they believed was normal. So now they need to take it to the next level of basically the minimum amount of input from them for the maximum amount of gains, right? So now they have all this free time on their fucking hands because they're not teaching their kids anything and they know they're going to pass, right? Because they have to pass.
Right.
And they're just introducing whatever the fuck they want in some cases.
Sure
That's why
sounds
they
like
can
it.
that's why they're willing to sit down and have, whole fucking classes about on who they're fucking.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
I
Like,
Yeah.
just, I never saw any of that in my son's schools. I mean, and it could be
no.
the community. I mean, I live in Texas in a very kind of conservative community, and we get a lot of Aggies that graduate from A&M that actually work here. So it's like, it's almost a bubble
Mm,
of
uh,
normality in an abnormal world.
What did you call them?
Aggies,
Aggies?
yeah.
What's that?
Texas A&M, Agriculture and Mechanic University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
well,
Aggies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, go ahead.
They always get accused of being like cult-like because,
Oh,
yeah.
well, I
yeah.
mean, these students that my friend was passing, you know, their kids now are the exact same kids that are on OnlyFans, selling their feet pics at 14 and just waiting for their 18th birthday to roll around so they can start doing full-on nudes, you know what I mean?
What? Is
So,
that a
yeah.
thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. Wow, you out of the loop, Mandy?
I didn't know 14-year-old feet pics were a hot commodity. No.
14-year-old girls are going on there and selling feet pics because they're not legal to sell what you would call pornographic material. However, feet while fully clothed or even in like schoolgirl outfits is not considered
Oh, yeah.
pornographic.
Hold on. No, because I made an OnlyFans to put my channel content to try to take
Mhm.
over the OnlyFans with,
Would
my
you-
offensiveness. But I had to fill out a whole bunch of stuff, and I think
Right,
send
right.
it ID verification.
Yeah. I didn't have to send in anything, but yeah, you do have to do a like checklist. But they don't stop people from putting up things because of their age. It just depends on what they can do,
But
right?
they can't get paid for it.
No, yes, they get paid. They get paid through their subscribers. Yes, they do.
That's insane.
They do Cash App and Venmo or whatever it is and
Oh, okay.
PayPal.
Other stuff. I was gonna say because
Uh,
I think I had to do some tax stuff with it too.
Possibly. The US is going to be different than Canada, but yeah. Yeah, no, they're doing that. And they're essentially doing that to make money until they turn 18 and then they're going to go to full on porn. And you
Yeah.
know, um Bachelor made a video today about a 19-year-old girl who literally decided, fuck school, fuck getting a job. I'm just gonna start sex work right off the hop. That's
Why
her
not?
that's her first employment.
Why not? What
Why
else?
not?
What else do you know? And if you got the body for it, she can do it. Like, I mean,
Would
and
you
it's
like
going
to
to be
see?
praised. It's going to be praised.
Yeah, it is
You
gonna
go,
be
girl.
praised. That's just it. It's praised because
Mhm.
she's a strong, independent woman,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And she don't need no man. That's gonna be thrown in there just for shits and
Of
giggles.
course.
And yeah, why not?
And there was nobody in school telling her that anything was wrong with doing that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there was no father at home either, probably.
Nope, most likely from a single
But,
mother home.
you know, when I was growing up, the only thing that they told us about sex was the biological part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, according to this sex worker, because that's what she's decided to do, she decided to go straight into prostitution. 21 clients, minutes apart, at 19. And that ain't
Look at
no
her
prize.
face. What?
That ain't no gem, gentlemen. I know we all have different preferences, and Hamster likes them a little bit on the chunkier side, but
Look at all this shit on her face.
Look at Indy. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Exactly. This is a clown.
This is the future.
And she's got all these tattoos on her butt.
Yeah.
And her leg already.
Yep. And that's another
And her arm.
That's
And she's
another
a
one of
hog.
those, dude, another one of
She's a
those
complete
signs.
hog.
I mean, when I was growing up,
This
you
is
couldn't
gross.
get a tattoo until you were 18.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see fucking 15-year-olds with tattoos, full
Oh, yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Apparently that's gone.
Oh man. You know, I'm glad I didn't get fucking tattoos of whatever I was into at 15 years old. And if I had those today, I'd just look at them and be like, ugh.
Scotty,
Ugh.
hey, if you would get a big tattoo like that on your butt, I would sell you on OnlyFans all day long.
Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot to me.
I made it all the way through the Navy without getting a tattoo.
Yeah,
I never
that's where
could find anything that I wanted to look at for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
in the
Exactly.
Navy, I mean, that's where you usually at least get the anchor,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
A lot of guys did,
But it's
Yeah.
kind of like tradition.
or
Like,
the
oh, you win.
mermaid or whatever.
I want to go back real quick to what we were like learning in school and stuff because I transitioned from I transitioned.
You
I went
transition. I knew it. I
I,
knew it.
I went from private school from first to sophomore year. So first through 10th grade, I was always in a private school. And then junior and senior year, I went to a public school. And I just remember how dumbed down the work was. So like here's an example. So normally at the private school we get an assignment and you gotta like it's for the whole chapter or whatever. It looks to me like he dragged his legs through a bad oil change face. Oh, you motherfucker. Trying to tell a story here.
No,
All right.
they're awfully shiny.
You know what?
Moisturized.
Hamster's just fucking jealous. That's it.
That's it. That's it. I mean, he might have nice feet, but you got the whole package, homie. Don't you worry.
I know. I know. I won't let hamsters get me down.
That's
All
right.
right. Anyway, so it's like you go from okay, we got this chapter review thing, and it's a big assignment. Okay, cool. And then you go to public school, kind of the same idea. There's a chapter you got to read, and then there's like a list of questions or whatever. But in the public school, the list of questions would tell you what page the answer's on. Like they literally spelled it out for you.
Yep.
And so I'm like, how can anyone fail this shit?
Well, they basically gave the kids the teacher's edition.
Yeah.
Because in
Yeah,
the teacher's
literally.
edition, you used to find the answers on the next page or in a certain page at the back end, right?
Yep.
And it would tell you, like you said, exactly where the answer is.
Yep.
I always wondered why they had a teacher's edition. Shouldn't
For
the teacher know?
Right.
No, they don't that was a way to dumb down the teachers as well.
Yep.
Right? They used to have to know.
Yep.
But then they were like, hey, to make it easier, we'll just put it in there.
Yeah. I don't know. So Cam went to public school from kindergarten to halfway third grade. I finally got into Harmony because Harmony's a charter school. I mean, it's a math and it's called Harmony Science Academy. So it's a smaller school, harder work, all that kind of stuff.
Mandy, real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, what charter schools? It's just harder work. Like what can they discipline kids? I've heard of that. Like what's the difference?
No, a charter school is a public school that is privately owned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, they kind of each one because it's privately owned, they have their own way of doing things. And
Sure.
you like it, then you go there. I liked it because it was more disciplined, more science oriented. They had character education for fuck's sake, like as a class.
Character education.
Education. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's where they would talk about morality and character and integrity. Like they would.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
They actually did something that the parents would agree with, like if they didn't have time.
Well, I liked his character ed teachers up until 7th grade when his character ed / music teacher was a piece of shit. So, yeah.
Well, Harmony School, they had one of those in Waco too.
Yeah, they have them all over.
That's actually owned by the Turkish.
Yeah, I know.
Like the Turkish?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
From Turkey?
From Turkey.
Yep.
Why did
but they're actually really good schools.
They are. They are.
But he's got like a friend. The guy that runs it is a really, really good teacher and has a bunch of YouTube videos about different subjects and stuff. But hopefully there's none of this, grooming going on there in the Harmony School.
No.
No.
I mean, this teacher that was fired, he actually worked at a couple other, or he worked in a Harmony school in Houston. That's how he got into the Harmony system. And before that, he worked at public high schools. So, yeah. But the reason why I switched him is because public school is way too easy for him. Like there was a period in his third grade where it was like Monday through Thursday. It was great. He really enjoyed. And then Friday was kind of a free day where they let the kids that were all caught up on their work just have a play day. And the rest of the kids that needed work would um, would actually have to work. And my son was like, "Mom, can I just not go to school on Fridays?"
Yeah.
I mean,
I have to agree with what Scorpion's saying there. Fully.
Mom should raise her.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, it's okay. I can read it on the side.
Yeah, no, that's a foreign concept to me. I don't think we have anything here like a charter school. I mean, you can go to find public schools in certain places, or sorry, private schools.
yeah,
But the public school education, I kind of wonder, because most of us have been through the non-woke traditional school, right?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure every one of us could probably go into their fucking classrooms and run circles around them.
yeah.
When it comes to academics.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Well,
Except for math. I
Oh,
get my ass kicked there.
I get.
Well,
I
see,
get
now I
like-
thrive there. But
Yeah.
Scotty, do you honestly think that right now teachers are doing a better job than when we were going to school, or the textbooks are, because I mean, our textbooks were fucking decades old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were never
the
replaced.
school. It depends on the school. Like
Yeah,
I
it
disagree
does.
with this celibate Scorpion. I think kids need socialization, also exposure to people that are kind of especially like this is their field, this is what they do. Like
Oh,
I don't think any parent, any one mom can give
No.
such a well-rounded education with the social experience that a nice Harmony charter school can.
Yeah. Like
Well,
Okay.
and
The statistics don't back that up, good mother.
Yeah.
Homeschooled
mean-
kids consistently outperform public and private school children.
I
And
didn't know
what-
that.
No, and the thing is with that, I understand
In
where you're
math,
coming from.
science, history, you name it. They
I understand.
consistently outperform them.
I understand
Socialization
where
is
Mandy's
fine,
coming
but I
from,
would
though.
rather my kids get a good education.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand where Mandy's coming from about the social aspects of it.
Yeah.
Yet at the same time, we used to have social aspects in our community,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
We used
That's
to
what I
have
was-
that.
That's
and
what I was gonna say.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
fucking evaporated.
Yeah,
and
it's totally gone.
yeah, and I mean, it was bad enough when we got cell phones that were smartphones, right?
Right.
And with the new fucking government indoctrination lockdowns called COVID-19, that has just exponentially gone out of fucking control, right?
Right.
I mean, we now have what they call COVID babies.
Right.
Like my son would be considered a COVID baby because right now nobody's getting out and socializing at all if they can. Right, especially at the start of this.
Yeah.
So, but we used to have that. We used to have those aspects. We used to have the community get-togethers. We used to have, even the farmers markets or the parks, that you go to for the summers, and they would become places to go as well during snow season, right?
Yeah.
We're so self-absorbed now and in our own world all the fucking time, and it's getting worse as you get younger, and like from 30 down, as you step down in age, you step up in that fucking self-centered fucking mentality,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That it's out of control. It's completely out
Hey.
of control.
Remember how I got busted for Walmart? I got the
Yeah.
actual police here tonight. Hello.
They called me because they were just trying to figure out who sat here for a while.
I live way out by Bone Creek, and I just can't get a good cell phone signal. And I'm talking to some friends.
Okay.
So I'm just here in Arma using the
Hi.
cell phone tower.
Cell phone tower.
Yeah.
Did we say hi to the cops?
They call it because it's sitting here for the last couple hours. And
Yeah.
Turn it, True Blood. Turn it. I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Turn it.
Hello, officer.
Hello, officer. We're having a meeting.
Hello.
How are you?
Is that Discord?
Yeah.
We're having
Well, no,
a
StreamYards.
Actually,
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
yeah. We're having a meeting though.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt your meeting.
No, that's fine.
Understandable.
I'm glad you're keeping the area safe.
Will you do a cavity search live on film?
I'm not authorized to do that. That would be a drill staff.
What about if I lied and said we were talking about transporting drugs?
You what?
I said, what about if
Canadians are all bad. They apologize for everything.
Chris is
Oh.
just trying to get content for his OnlyFans.
Yeah, come on. I need some content.
That's a good one. I like them.
Brandon Trueblood gets cavity search live.
Oh my god, that would be the best.
No.
Best ever.
I'll let y'all get back to your meeting.
All right.
All righty.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, somebody make a clip of that.
Yep. It's already being made. It's already being
Actually,
made.
you know what? I should have played that fucking that Father Saunders clip for the cop.
Oh,
I think that would have been too far. I think that would have made him a little concerned.
No, come on, man. They
Show you
they
my
know how to have
butthole.
fun. They know how to have fun.
He knows what OnlyFans is.
He
Yeah.
sure does.
Dude, who the fuck doesn't know what OnlyFans is?
Well, I didn't until I got online and spent some time online with, and I keep hearing guys complain about it. So
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know what it was.
I suppose you did learn about the 14-year-olds selling their feet pics. So I mean, I
Right.
guess that's an update for you.
Right.
Oh fuck, that would have been funny as hell.
You know what though? Going back to what you said about the statistics with the parents and the children doing better with homeschool, I think a lot of that has to do with the actual parents. Because if you compared the homeschooler kids compared to the number of stay-at-home mom kids, I mean that's not the majority of public school is stay-at-home moms, right? So
No.
I think the
No.
whole family dynamic also plays a big role in that.
Oh, it does.
Well,
If you've got a single mother, there's no way she can homeschool you.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
why I was
Yeah.
always on, like I wanted my son to go to the best school in my area, and I was gonna make sure that I paid attention to what was going on. It's impossible.
It's got to be multiple factors. It can't be just.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like even in Alberta, right? We had small communities where, like, actually, it wasn't a small community. It was literally the farmers were so fucking spread out, right?
Yeah.
That they either had to drive their kids for fucking like 2 or 3 dozen kilometers each way every day, or they had to homeschool them for so long, right? And then there was a school that was like maybe closer by that could take over, say, high school parts, right?
Right.
Where they could get an actual bus that goes around to all these farmhouses and stuff.
Right.
And I mean, those kids were up at the crack of fucking dawn to catch the bus because they had to be out the door by 4:30 a.m. just to make it to school by 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, one of my ex-fiance, not my ex-wife, my first fiance, she was homeschooled, and her sisters basically went to public school towards high school age, right? So after like grade 6, they actually went to the nearby small communities fucking public school. And I mean, it's not that she was uneducated. She was very smart, but she was very like socially awkward. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Where sisters weren't quite as much. So one was homeschooled the whole time. And that was the one I was engaged to. And her younger sisters actually went to a public school towards the end. And they weren't so bad with that. But even they were, considered fucking more educated than any of the kids in the cities.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the skids.
By the
Yeah,
way,
they were
Brandon,
skits.
I bet it was a woman that fucking called the cops.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
a guy would have said, "What the hell are you doing out here?
Right. It was
Why
a
are you here?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they would have just said, "Who the fuck cares?" and moved on.
I'm not bothering nobody. I'm just sitting here.
I know.
Talking
Goddamn
about
Karens.
international drug deals.
But you could be stalking somebody or waiting for somebody to come out of the store, or all
It's
the
fucking
crazy
closed.
that crazy bitches conjure up in their mind. If it's closed, then who called? The
Well,
cleaning lady?
apparently there's somebody in there, but I
Yeah.
don't see anybody.
Maybe it was like
Maybe
cleanup
they've got,
staff.
maybe they've got cameras.
Maybe.
Mm,
Who knows? Either way, that was pretty funny.
yeah.
He was good.
You know he had a great laugh.
Yeah.
Dude, he had to turn around and fucking
You know,
crack
and
up.
I even went and bought some of my favorite crackers,
What are those?
chicken in a biscuit.
Ooh, those are good.
Chicken in a biscuit?
Oh, I haven't had those in forever.
What the fuck is that?
It's
What?
amazing, is what it
You know
is.
what that is?
No, man. Canadian, remember?
They don't have.
You don't have chicken and a biscuit up there?
That's weird.
That is weird.
You guys didn't have like fucking ketchup chips for the longest time. What
But
do you
we
want
have
me to
chicken
I've
say?
in
had
a basket.
ketchup chips my whole life,
Well,
and I'm
some-
fucking old as dirt.
well, maybe it was just
Never
some
had that.
states. Oh, what about all dressed chips? Because those are new to Wisconsin, even.
The what?
All what?
dressed. All dressed.
Never heard of it. Sounds like a transformer.
Literally Canada's #1 fucking chip.
Oh my god.
Hermit.
Nobody knows anything about your stupid Canadian food, okay?
Okay, Hermit, those chicken in a biscuit, those are the best with tuna.
Mm.
You get some tuna, mix it
Yes.
up, throw in your stuff, and then just scoop it, and
Oh,
it's so good.
damn, I forgot about that.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about, your Canadian food, you fucker? You're just telling me about chicken in a biscuit. Like is there chicken in this biscuit?
They
Actual
put chickens in. No, yeah.
They
mean,
they fry the chicken. I mean, they bake the chicken with. God damn it! They bake the crackers with chicken grease
Yeah.
instead of butter.
It's
Well, that sounds fucking
amazing.
amazing.
It is. Yeah.
Can I have some?
Yeah,
Dude, bring it.
you know,
Yeah.
instead of meeting up in Chicago, next year we should meet up in Mexico, so
Yes.
you Canadians can go down there,
And try chicken in a biscuit.
and I'll bring you a box of chicken and a biscuit.
Oh, hey, that sounds like a good idea. I figured we'd get you guys up here to BC because it's like,
Cold?
the nicer spot
Yeah,
of
right.
Canada. No, dude, I'm
No,
in
if it's
BC.
winter time, we'll do Mexico. If it's summertime, we'll do Canada.
Yeah, and the way I see it, after a couple days of getting them really fucking drunk and high, I'll have them convinced to be like, yeah, man, let's get our fucking guns and go take some cities.
Chris,
Yeah.
can you bang the strippers in BC?
Yes, if you pay them enough.
Perfect.
In Quebec, it's not even, they already have set prices.
Wow. But
Yeah.
BC is not Quebec though.
No.
No. Okay.
See, in BC, it's still considered illegal, but Quebec has its own set of fucking federal laws,
That's wow.
right?
that's-
So you can't walk down the street with a beer in your hand because that's drinking in public, right?
Right.
Or even public intoxication.
Right.
In Quebec, you literally buy them at the gas station at 9 a.m. and go ahead,
Yeah.
walk down the street.
See,
So
now
we-
that's freedom.
Would it be legal if you didn't pay them? If you just poured them the right kind of drink, or what?
What if you
Mom,
didn't pay
are-
the...
The strippers?
Mom, are you talking about roofing the strippers?
No. No.
Wait, no. So
Cocktail.
if you want to sleep with the strippers in any other province, right?
Yeah.
You have to convince them that going to the hotel or back to your place is the right idea, or pay them enough, right? So basically, it's just like anywhere else. Where if
Right.
you wait to like closer towards the end of the month and they ain't got rent money, they'll go home for a lower price. Now, if
It's
you
a
go,
couple of lesbians. I see them now.
yeah, but if you go in at like the
Really?
first
No,
of the month,
the ones
they
who
won't even.
reported me.
Yeah.
Really?
Lesbians. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew
totally.
it.
But yeah, if you go and try to pick them up at the first of the month, right? Well, they've already paid rent, so they don't even fucking screw around with you. They just do
Mm.
their stripping and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you got to go to the right place. But in Quebec, it's not considered an illegal
Hey.
transaction.
Wave at them.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Long
Where are they?
kisses. Freak them out.
Idiots. Jesus.
But
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
Wait, you kind of parked in between both of their cars. That's kind of suspect.
Yeah, but there's like these spotlights that come out of the store,
Yeah.
and I wanted to have good lighting for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect for you.
But yeah, no. When it comes to prostitution in the rest of Canada, like, yes, it's illegal to pay a woman for sex, right? Or a man, if you're into that.
Yeah.
But it's not illegal to sell it.
See,
So-
and that's
Or-
so backwards.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
give it away for free.
Words.
But here's the thing:
Well, it's
you
it's
don't.
discriminatory.
Yeah.
If you
Sexist.
call an escort, right, and you go to a private location, which a hotel and your car is not considered a private location, but your residence is, you pay an escort for her time. What you do as consenting adults is completely up to you and outside of the fucking government to even say anything. So all the escort agencies around here are the whorehouses,
Okay.
right?
So do they take people like the Johns back to their house?
Some of them
Or
do
do
in
they go
calls,
to the
yeah.
John's house?
No, some of them do in calls, some of
Depends.
them do out calls, some do
Yeah.
both, right?
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you didn't do out calls and you were a working girl, like, or sorry, you didn't do in calls, where are the married guys going to take you? Right? And that's mostly what their clientele can consist of is married guys.
Mm.
So, yeah, no, it's just like in the UK. UK is the same way.
Man, I have a client that this is so fucked up. And this was a month after Texas made solicitation. It went from a misdemeanor to a felony.
Hmm.
One of my client's husbands got caught in a sting operation here locally.
Yeah, see, street stings are not illegal.
No, this was at a hotel.
Yeah, well,
Caught him at the hotel. But still, like
was she listed as an escort or as a prostitute? Or was
I
there a
don't.
listing?
She wasn't listed as anything because it was a
Okay.
sting operation.
So it was a street deal. So
They
street
caught-
deals,
I don't know.
yes.
I think they were using like online stuff. I don't know. They caught
Okay.
like 6 or 7 dudes all at one time.
Yeah.
But
Well,
fucking
see,
cops set them up to do this shit. But somebody I know that I've known since I've lived here, fucking got caught.
man, I just can't wait to bring back those. Sorry, I have to stop calling them burlesque houses because they're not burlesque houses. What are they called again, guys?
Strip clubs.
No. Whorehouses. But it's a nicer word for whorehouse.
Bordello.
Bordellos. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cowboy is a felony now. Here.
What's that?
No, cowboy's asking it. In Texas, it's a felony now. It is.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, to pick up a street worker, right,
Right.
is still a crime here. But here's the thing. The escort agency is just literally a person and a phone. So when you call them to book somebody, they're calling the same chick that's out on the street corner.
A little bit of
Right.
trivia for you.
Yeah.
Back in Shakespeare's time, they called a bordello or a whorehouse a
No.
nunnery.
Nunnery. Yeah.
A nunnery.
Indy got it right. It's a brothel. So
A brothel.
brothels are going to
Oh,
be in every
okay.
city.
Brothel.
So like there's a scene in Hamlet, where he says, "Get thee to a nunnery,"
Gift thee to a nunnery.
and it doesn't make any sense as a joke unless you know that that's what they called it.
Yeah.
And that's a whorehouse.
Contrarian, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a brothels. Brothels are gonna be in every fucking city.
Yeah.
And prices are going to be reasonable, not astronomical.
I'm okay with this.
Should
Yes.
I open one? Should I be a what? What is
Oh,
the
you know
lead?
what? You would be a
Oh.
great madam. A
Yes,
great madam.
Madam,
Madam Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's get
Yeah.
back on topic.
Actually, Mandy, can we
Well,
can
no,
we
like
can we
I
curl
would
your
just run
hair?
it strictly, huh?
Can we curl your hair?
Curl it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to work there. I'm just going to keep
No.
track of all the hoes.
Yeah, you're
Or
gonna
what
be
do
a
you call them
madam.
in a proper place?
Yeah,
You don't
no,
call
we're gonna
hoes.
trust me. Hey, have you guys ever seen the
That'll be good, madam, or evil, madam.
Evil Madam?
Evil
What's it called?
madams.
Brandon, you got the window down or something, brother?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll shut my
He
door.
wants to change the subject.
No. What is the name of that show? Ripper Street?
Ripper Street.
Yeah, great show. Great show. Like fucking absolutely fantastic.
I was just thinking of, you remember that movie Harlem Nights? Did anybody see that movie with Eddie Murphy? No?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. There was a madam in that one. I mean, she was a really big fat lady, but
Here, I'll see if I can find.
Wow. Herman's asking Midnight what he went to jail for.
Ripper Street. Here you go. Yeah, this lady. She usually has blonde curly hair, but she's a madam of a whorehouse.
Ripper Street. Is that a series?
Yeah.
Is it good? I'm looking for
Yeah,
something.
no, it's really good. The problem is I think they've canceled it.
What?
Yeah, after like 2 or 3 seasons, they've canceled it. Like, dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Like they removed it off the internet, or they're just not making
No. It's just they. I don't think they're making the series anymore, right? So, but yeah, she usually has like a curly hair thing. It doesn't look the best on her there, but first season looked great on her. You can pull it off, Mandy. Don't worry, we got you covered, homie.
Okay.
Got you covered.
Oh man.
I'll get the highest quality thoughts. Only I can't call them thoughts because it's supposed to be a high class, right?
Oh, boy.
No, I mean horror is not going to be a bad word anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because
You
it's
know.
strong. It's
That's
independent.
right. It's
It says
independent.
number of series 5. Oh wait, no, never mind.
They're just sex workers.
Oh,
There you go.
Eight
Yeah,
years.
that's the proper way.
Yes,
Because sex work is real work, guys.
that's right. Well, that's what they keep telling us, right? Why are you making
Hey,
it so hard for
hey.
a streetwalker to be as profitable as an OnlyFans star?
Yeah.
She's
Apparently,
giving us service.
apparently it's not work if you're a teacher.
No,
Then it's
Right.
easy peasy.
oh, it's free then.
Yeah, it's free. And you
Yeah.
walk away and then you
Yeah.
get an OnlyFans, like you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Zing.
The grossest teacher abuse thing I've ever heard of is there was this guy in Los Angeles who would make cookies with special toppings for his kids.
I thought that was a lady
That was
who
a
did it with her
lady.
husbands.
Yeah.
There was that one happened too, but the guy that did it for
Oh!
like decades
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's right. Okay, now remember.
until
I
he
remember.
finally got busted.
Yes, I actually heard it. We did see the fucking cop that had an OnlyFans and then left the police force because she was doing better at the OnlyFans.
Well, I thought she got in trouble. I thought she got.
No, she just got suspended. Like they asked her to resign and she resigned. She accepted the fact that they want her to resign and she did.
Why not?
Yeah.
Davina Duckworth says crazy bitches. Is that what she would name? Is that what we should name the place? Crazy bitches?
Oh,
Or
well,
crazy
are you going to
bitches?
have a lot of redheads?
That's my
Well,
question.
Ginger's hamster hole.
yeah, I would have to. I mean, I can make all their hair red. Really,
Yeah.
we could do like redhead special.
Yeah, but you got to have some
Where
that
they're all
you
red.
know.
Wouldn't that
You
be
got to
funny?
have some where the carpet matches the drapes.
Oh, why carpet? Is carpet a must?
To be
Or
a natural redhead,
That's
yeah,
I like where you're going with this, Mandy.
you got to have some
sorry,
that are
I
natural
work in
red.
that profession. Brazilian blowouts or Brazilian waxes are no problem. So
Yes. Yes.
I'm just saying, why do you have to have carpet?
Some people like
For
carpet.
older
Yeah.
guys that don't like babies.
And I mean, like
Oh.
even a you know treasure trail or whatever. That's
Landing
fine.
strip.
Yeah, landing strip.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
upside down
We'll,
triangle.
we'll make up some kind of menu.
Well, you know what? That'll be on you independent fucking managers to deal with. I don't have that time for that because I have an empire to run.
Yeah.
Okay. And remember, guys, if you feel
Okay.
like donating to the empire, the PayPal's at the top.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
just thought. Just thought.
Okay, I have a question that's back on topic. Has
Okay.
anyone, any of us, or anyone in the chat, which is over here, I think, has anyone had any experience with teachers being inappropriate with them?
No, I've only ever been to a teacher's house once, and although she was incredibly attractive, and I totally probably would have because I was a sick little
Yeah.
fucker.
Same here.
No.
Yeah.
No, Kim, I'm good.
Mandy,
Brandon?
how many teachers have you slept with for an A?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
none.
What a terrible student.
No, my teachers were cool. Like, I don't know. We didn't have any problems in my school like that, or any of my schools I went to. I had some good teachers.
That's
Men
good,
and
though.
women. Yeah.
That's a
No.
good thing.
Well, and maybe I appreciated my teachers more because my home life sucked so fucking much.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, Hermit, I'm thinking your story is not uncommon at all, especially after the recent development that really made the news. But yeah, even that stuff doesn't make the news too often.
Look at what Hemi said.
She painted me with chocolate. Well, wrong one.
No.
Sorry.
Charcoal.
The charcoal?
like
Yeah.
blackface?
What?
And if you go up a
Apparently,
little
she
bit,
did a drawing of Hemi using charcoal.
yeah, he says I was assaulted by my grade 3 teacher.
What?
Go up a little bit. Yeah.
Grade 6 teacher? No.
No.
hang
Then
on.
Cowboy says,
Pliskin wants the He's saying you guys want the 70s Bush.
No.
Some guys might. Not interested.
Cowboy says when I was in grammar school, there was a male deacon who later was accused of bad touching. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
boy.
Catholic schools, right?
"Yep,
A deacon? Yeah.
See, here's what I don't get. Like, if you wanted to be sexually active, why would you go into a fucking industry where you have to be celibate? Like,
a lot of those guys are like trying to deny their homosexuality,
Yeah.
I've kind of wondered.
and they tried to, but then they found that they couldn't resist.
I guess. Dude, we had a big scandal on the East Coast with our Catholic run orphanage. Boys of St. Vincent. Maybe you've heard of that documentary.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, St. Vincent is the island where I lived or was born, and yeah, that one was huge, dude. Huge. Like, I think it was like 38 or 39 of the ministers or whatever they call them as a Catholic religion was there, and they all went down for charges. Not only that, but a bunch of the nuns as well. So the nuns weren't outside of this.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's all sex. The sexism coming in because women can be just as evil, if not worse.
Worse
they
in
are
some
worse.
cases.
Way worse.
Yeah. I mean, the one minister, I mean, I can't remember what are they called in the Catholic Church again?
Priests.
Priest.
Are they just priests? The guys who
Yeah.
wear the little
Bishop?
frock.
Well,
thing.
like the local guys are your priest. If you don't have your own parish, you're like you
No.
can you can be a monk, you can be a friar. If you've got, if you're one of the big wigs, it goes like cardinals and bishops and shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah, well, it
Bishop.
must have been. I think it was just the priest
A
that were
bishop.
there.
Yeah, a bishop has a diocese, and
Right.
yeah,
And
and
he
then
needs polished.
yeah,
Bishops need polished.
yeah,
Polska Bob knows about that.
and I think deacon is technically.
A deacon
I
is
don't
a
know if it's
lay
below.
person.
Yeah, it's
A deacon's a layperson who is active in the church. Those would be
Right.
like the guys that are in the Knights of Columbus.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
raised Catholic, so I know all this
me
shit.
too.
Oh, I'm
Me
pretty
too.
sure they were all priests because
Yeah.
they had to do rotations at the orphanages, as part
Probably.
of their service to the communities and
Yeah.
stuff, and to, of course, the God.
Most likely, then.
And the one that really broke it open, and the weird thing is they scrubbed him hard even then because he caught the nuns abusing the boys and told the priests that caught them that they were gonna fucking say that it was him that was doing this kind of shit as well.
Of course.
But he fucking went to the authorities, right?
Yeah.
And went to the
Right.
media. And even after they went to the media, you probably couldn't find anyone reporting his name or even a newspaper that was reporting his name. They just basically like did the whole a witness, right? And that was the church doing that. They scrubbed his fucking name from the whole record. But he was the one who reported on the big crack that went into looking into this orphanage was his report about what the nurses were or the nuns were doing with the boys there. And we're talking like full on gangbangs. Like line them up.
What?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he walked in on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sadomasochistic tendencies, man.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, even when they came out with the documentary on the boys of St. Vincent, it was, you would have thought that would have made it in there. Nope, it was all guys that they were looking at. All they reported on was the males that were, raping the
Right.
kids.
Right.
Didn't
Yeah,
report on the nuns at all, because the nuns were taking them like 5 and 6 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they get to do it in mass, right?
Yep.
Oh,
That
Too.
didn't click in until after I said it.
Yeah.
I caught it right away.
Oh, one fast act. Had my chest x-rayed today. I'm out of danger now. Let's see what the rest of it said. Out of danger now. Still a little fluid hanging around, but manageable now, and I will be home tomorrow. Hooray!
Fuck yeah.
Yay.
Did he text you or something?
Yeah, he literally just texted me.
Awesome. Yay. Glad to hear. Good to hear. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, fluid around the heart and in the chest, man. That's not good.
It's some fucked up shit. But hey, man, we came through for him. Everybody came together. He's going to try out that medication, hopefully. And now you can all start donating to me again.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah, we got to build this empire somehow, guys. Somehow. I mean, if you want to go out and turn tricks, just let Mandy be the manager of you, and she'll get it all figured out. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll legalize it later.
Right? Brothel.
And you gotta retro legalize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I would check your states because, like I said, these loopholes when it comes to escorts, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys have like what's it called? sugar babies, right? That's a thing in the US.
Yeah.
All essentially that's the same thing. You're renting their time, but what you do as consenting adults doesn't count as prostitution,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I did in Ukraine.
Yeah. So I mean, it's possible that the escort loophole actually does work in the US as well. So if you can go to your yellow pages and find escort services, you know you got the loophole.
Yeah, they're all over here in Oregon. I mean,
Yeah, so you guys must have the same loophole then.
yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much. It's not hidden, you know.
yeah.
it's
Cowboys
pretty
not
easy.
gonna Cowboys not gonna move to Texas anymore because it's illegal.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
things
Well,
are- yeah.
I'm actually surprised it is illegal in Texas.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there any state other than like outside of Nevada, I guess, where it's legal? Like I mean,
don't know.
outside of Las Vegas, right? They can't have prostitution in Las Vegas, but they can go just outside city limits.
Yeah.
And that's where you got like,
I think it's Las Vegas County, but yeah.
yeah, that's where you got like the Bunny Ranch and the other
Right.
ones out there, right?
Yep.
So I mean, is there anywhere else where it's actually like just full on legal?
but at least here in Texas, they charge the women too. They get in
Yeah.
trouble. Also. Yeah, they get in trouble too. So it's not just like it's just the men that get in trouble. The fucking-
Yeah.
Like soliciting, whether you
Right.
are or you receive.
Yeah. Well, they used to do that here, but now
Reno's in Nevada, Bob.
now right now, if you were to drive downtown Edmonton, right, and go to the new police station they built about 15 years ago, right across the street outside the doors is where the prostitutes hang out. Because it's not illegal what they do. But if you pick them up, you just committed a crime. Well, now they have to actually catch you in the sex act, right? You can just say, hey, I'm giving her a ride, blah, 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 you know, and they know you'll fight it in court and you'll fucking win. But if they actually catch you in the act, you're fucked.
Read Mouth Agape Apes. Chicken and a Biscuit Ranch.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Wait a minute. Outlaw said there was
Chicken
someone. Was there some that had like a ranch flavor? I thought there was chicken and a biscuit with like ranch flavor. Brandon, does that sound familiar?
I've never had it.
Okay.
I like when I put anything on it, I like to put cheese on it.
But
Yes.
no, but chicken in a biscuit ranch.
With like
Yeah,
a ranch
yeah.
topping.
Yeah, I've never
got it.
had a different flavor of chicken in a biscuit.
No.
No,
Instead
in
of
a
bunny
ranch.
Instead of bunny
Yeah,
ranch.
I got Mouth Agape Apes joke.
Okay.
There you go.
Just not
Man,
laughing.
we're coming up with some great name ideas, guys.
I thought it was funny.
Hey, better yet, if I do the pizza thing out here, wink, wink,
JR,
we can
this
say
is
that.
chicken in a biscuit.
Oh, I got to look for those.
Yeah.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
Biscuit.
I wonder if they're available in Canada.
They gotta
You
be
got
somewhere.
Amazon, right? You have to have Amazon. Let me check.
Yeah.
Chicken in a biscuit.
It's just crackers that have chicken grease on them instead of butter.
No, the only images I got are literal biscuits.
Ugh.
Okay. Yeah, I can pay $51 for them, Canadian.
Good God.
Yeah. How much are they there in the store?
I got it at Dollar General. It was $1.
Yeah, there's $75 on eBay.
For how
I
much?
gotta start selling this shit for
Yeah,
30.
dude. Yeah, dude.
A
Ship-
pallet of them or what? What?
No, man. Let's see what they are on Amazon. Oh, that's .com. So let's
Ship, yeah, dude. Brandon, ship pallets of those things to Canada, dude.
no shit.
Okay. Here's a pack of 6.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here's a pack of 4, 18.28. That still seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Let me
That's
see if I can
ridiculous.
find them on Amazon Canada.
That's $12 markup.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So there are some available for in a family size pack, right? Which is 12 ounces.
That's what
Yeah.
you got, right?
I don't know.
You got the family
20
size.
$22.99
For just one?
for one.
Yeah, I got the 12-ounce pack.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of worth it to try just once.
$22.99.
America. Fuck yeah.
Well, that's like your guys' oatmeal. Like, your Quaker oatmeal comes in like 8 different fucking flavors or 19 different flavors,
Sure.
cookies and cream and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we have 3.
Ooh.
There's fucking plain, there's apple cinnamon, and there's fucking maple.
See,
That's it?
maple's my
That's
favorite.
it. That is
Yeah.
it.
Maple's my favorite.
Mouthagate 8 says you can make them with chicken bouillon.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you would have to make the crackers
Yeah, you
themselves?
well, unless you can buy some crackers.
Well, how would you add the chicken?
Yeah,
Well,
that one.
You make the bouillon and you just like brush it on top, I guess.
That was my favorite
Oh.
fucking oatmeal ever.
Yeah, strawberries and
was
cream.
Strawberries and cream. I
Yeah.
say cookies and cream, but it's strawberries and cream. And yeah, I can buy them on Amazon if I'm willing to pay like $80 fucking for a pack
What?
of 6. Oh yeah, for a pack of 6, I'll pay $80 if I want them here. And they were like fucking $2 in the States when I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Or less.
Or less. But yeah, if you guys ever want to ship me some of those, I'll give you the
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you the fucking mailing address today because I love those motherfuckers.
Oh, what?
Chris.
What?
What's that?
What do you love? Oh, the cookies or the
Strawberries and cream.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I just buy plain oatmeal and I
Yeah.
just try to add things to it to fucking like kick
Yeah.
up the flavor.
Yeah. I like adding syrup and peanut butter.
Ooh,
Well,
nice.
that might
It's so
work.
good.
But the 3 flavors that we have is just like dull as fuck. I
No.
think they came out with a like multi-berry or something like that for a while.
Oh, one
I-
fast
I-
ass is in there.
Yay.
Oh, hey, Betty.
Hey,
Don't walk down the Yellow Simp Road.
We love you, Dak.
But yeah, fucking. I think like I said, they come out with the multi-berry or something on holidays or some shit like that, and that's a nice change. But yeah, not even close.
I don't even like oatmeal. I grew up on cream of wheat.
I like cream of wheat too. Yeah,
So much better.
yeah, cream of wheat. What were those fucking like fiber cakes? They came in like round cakes, and they were just
Oh,
dry, crusty fucking
rice cakes.
Yeah, just
No,
rice
no,
cakes.
not rice cakes. They were
Oh.
they were fibrous. They're like bran cakes, I guess.
No.
But I think they made them with like oat and stuff too, and they were just these like nests of fucking dried up husk.
oh,
Out.
I've eaten those, but I had like the mini,
Yeah, like shredded wheat.
yeah, shredded wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like that, but there's these big round cakes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, dull
I've
as
eaten
fuck.
those. When I was a
Yeah.
kid, they didn't have like the frosting on them.
Yeah,
You just got these. You got these things, and you had to break them up, and then you put milk and a buttload of sugar on there.
Yeah. Outlaw grits is like it's cream of wheat. Cream of wheat and grits is very similar.
Is
yeah,
it?
not quite though.
Yeah, but
Grits is more
Grits,
like
corn.
actual corn. Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah.
The difference between grits and cream of wheat is the grits actually have the germ still in there.
Good night,
Oh,
brother
okay.
Eric.
Okay. Good night, Eric.
Not easy.
Right, Eric?
But yeah, oh fuck yeah, no. Like I said, the oatmeal thing, I just can't fucking do anymore. So I basically all my breakfasts now are like full on either fucking bacon and sausage, ham type of
Nice.
thing with eggs,
That's a
hash
man's
browns.
breakfast.
But that's all the time. Dude, that takes like fucking hour and a half to cook all that
Oh,
shit.
I know.
Right?
But it's so
That's
good.
right.
So
It's got to be
good.
white corn for grits.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
It's gotta be
Yeah,
what?
it's
White corn?
white corn.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I'll
Okay.
probably try to make some cornmeal with the corn I grow if anything grows.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Polska Bob really wants me to show you these little MGTOW cards that are going on.
Alrighty.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Show 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So there's Scotty's side. There's me.
Mine's up in the corner.
That's yeah, yours is up there, and then here's Hamster.
What do they say? That's the
His
best part.
his says Beer Bash, 912 hit points.
Yeah.
Hamvisors raises health 150 hit points every 3 turns. Dr. James, your hamster is here to see you, ma'am. And then we got Success Pool here. Let's see what he's about. Red Pill Knowledge increases all allies' resistance to feminist attacks.
Nice.
Red Pill Bomb, 912 hit points. Red Pill Attack, 304 hit points.
I love the 304s.
What's that?
300.
I
Yeah,
love
304s.
Yeah, 304. Yep, exactly. The knowledge of 1,000 kings and just as deadly. Yep. So Outlaw's making these awesome like MGTOW cards for all
He's
of
got
us.
mine too.
Yeah,
But
Mandy's got a couple.
I don't know if I have it here. Oh, here
Bob.
there's Bob's. Beer Run restores 100 HP per 3 turns. Beer Bash 608 hit points. The Ministry of Beer becomes deadly once he's powered up. Oh man. But yeah, is it in here?
if you go to
Outlawed?
Shinobi's page,
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
where's
in
yours?
general.
we have a Master Wrench card too now.
Yeah, we'll get to that. There we go. Here's Mr. Trueblood. Anti-feminist shotgun.
well, that's getting changed. It's going to be summon anti-feminist creature.
Ooh, beautiful.
Oh, nice. You're gonna be a wizard, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
So do you still have survival instinct?
Yeah, everything else is the same, but
Okay.
the shotgun is getting changed to summon anti-feminist creature.
Some say he resides in the woods, stealthily hunting his enemies. Ooh. We got Indy MGTOW. He's just a thing.
what? That's gonna be the new Empire's fucking
Yep.
standard lawnmower.
Anti-feminist missile assault, anti-feminist machine gun. Let's see. I want to do the Master Wrench here real quick. Ooh, look at. Ooh, I didn't see these.
Oh,
What is this? Susan censorship.
what?
When equipped to evil DAC, all red pill cards equipped to MGTOW are negated for 5 turns. Is that what it says? It's too small to read.
Cancel culture, bitch.
Yeah, red pill rage. Once equipped to a MGTOW, all censorship hoe phase is blocked for 6 turns.
Nice. Nice.
Wow, this is okay. What's the blue pill say? When equipped to a feminist, it heals 50 HP of damage and inflicts additional 50 HP of damage to MGTOW when equipped to a feminist. You might want to fix that. You said equipped to a feminist twice. Red pill increases a MGTOW player's health by 50 and adds additional 100 HP of damage when equipped to a MGTOW players to opponents. Okay. Wow. Master Wrench blocks all censorship and hoe phase attacks from your opponents as long as this card is equipped.
Nice.
Wow. And we got
Nice.
Hemi right there.
He's been having-
Roadkill.
Been having some fun with those.
Yeah.
Hogtied Rage. Mopar or no car for this big town speed demon. That's amazing. Anyway,
Funny.
there you go.
And they've got the two latest cards I saw was for the battle chicken.
Yeah.
Battle
and-
chicken.
Yeah.
The battle.
And then
chicken.
there was Sam the Ram.
So badass.
Dude, I think we should actually make this fucking deck. No shit.
Yeah. If we get this ironed out, I will totally throw money in to make these actual cards.
Yeah, and we'll sell
Oh,
it
yeah,
on
I'll
the
buy a
MGTOW
set.
store.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. It'll be like fucking what is it? Or no, maybe Magic, but for MGTOW.
Yeah. The magic of Big Tow. There you go.
Oh my god, Scotty, I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
Trademarked by the Emperor.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna piss off.
Me too.
Yeah, I said we weren't going into the 3-hour phase, but here we are.
Here we are.
I want to thank everybody for coming and everybody that's been on the panel. It's been an amazing night as always.
Yeah, man.
You guys really make this just a great time every day now. It's become a new event for me. I mean,
I love it.
yesterday was like 5.5 hours or some shit. Yeah.
I love that. Like I can log in and one of you guys is always like streaming or something. Something's
That
always
should
going
be.
on. I love that we can always get together and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. And if anybody wants to pop in for an after hours chat or what does Hamster call it? The backstage thing.
Ooh, of course you would call it that.
You can always here, let me grab a link. And yeah, feel free to pop in, but we're gonna shut this down and end this process here. And guys, if you get a chance, check out those channels that I have in the description.
For sure.
Or feel free to pop in right now for an after hours party.
Cool, man.
And thanks everybody for coming. And we
Good night,
will talk to you
everybody.
again.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Later.